Prepare to step into a world where imagination knows no bounds as we present Legends, Loot, and Lore. Join host, DM, and self-confessed dice goblin Andrew, who will guide you every step of the way into the realm of Dungeons & Dragons. From actual gameplay and cooking up delicious D&D foods to interviews with other D&D fans and newbies, this podcast is your gateway to becoming the hero of your own story. Whether you're a new adventurer or a seasoned traveler seeking new insights, Legends, Loot, and Lore has something for everyone. After the episode, visit our website at www.legendslootandlore.com for even more resources and exclusive content. And if you're as passionate about this adventure as we are, help support our quest at legendslootandlore.supercast.com. Embark on this odyssey with us and let the echoes of ancient tales guide you toward a destiny filled with limitless possibilities. Roll for initiative, because your adventure begins now.
Welcome, everyone, back to yet another wonderful episode of Legends, Loot, and Lore. We've got the adventuring party back together for another exciting adventure in Phandalin and below, the Shattered Obelisk. I just love saying that name, Phandalin and below, the Shattered Obelisk. Just sounds like fun, but it's so much danger.
Ominous.
So let's welcome everyone back. Catherine.
Hello.
You traveled long distances today from upstairs to get here, so that was wonderful. Thank you so much. And your character, Zanros.
Yes.
So what did your character do the last episode?
She recruited a bunch of goblins to work at the B&B.
Yes, she did. So Zanros has now, I think, about 7 employees and 2 wolves.
Yes.
Are the wolves employees or are they?
They're security.
They're security. Do they earn a salary?
I mean, they get food for being very good boys.
Okay.
Or girls. I don't know what they are yet. But their names are Fluffy and Bitsy.
Well, there you have it, Fluffy and Bitsy.
So that's going to be the best thing ever to name a dog, like Fluffy or Bitsy. That's like, something that can kill you. Mm-hmm. And you have to show up at the gates of the afterlife going, well, what killed you? Fluffy. Fluffy killed me.
That's right.
Fluffy.
Or Bitsy killed me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fluffy the rabid. Hellhound. Wonderful. And Fable.
Hello.
Coming from the far distance of next door.
Mm-hmm.
And your character, Dal. So what did your character do when last we met?
I think last we met, was that right after the river, or is that after we fought?
You went in the cave. You were the whole cave. So you got washed away by the flood.
Yeah.
The waters from the waterfall and nearly got washed away, but you held on for dear life, so that was good. Excellent. And you've been helping out recruit employees for the B&B, so that's wonderful. And James.
Yes.
Hello, James.
Hello.
And your character, Iquium.
Yes.
So, as I call him, Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass. Here, hold this. Crack. You're dead again.
I was talking with somebody else about Iquium's unarmed strike, and that Iquium's unarmed strike is 0.
Zero. Either that or does damage to himself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that hurt. I hurt myself. I pulled something.
How many points of damage did you do? Yeah, 5 strength. That would be a -3. So you've actually healed people by putting hands on them.
That's right. Oh my God. Yeah. So what was Iquium doing? Well, you have not just Iquium, but Iquium and Callie.
Iquium and Callie.
Your dire wolf.
Yes. So Callie being her intimidating yet happy self, chomping on goblins when appropriate, or intimidating them, or just fetching them.
Right.
And then hey, I got to rickroll a bugbear, so I'm pretty happy about that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So
Always a good time.
always a good time.
So some of the things that happened. So let's recap. So you are now, when we left, you're getting back to your wagon, and you were getting ready to head back to continuing on your journey to Phandalin.
Yeah.
Excellent. So a couple things. You rescued Sildar Hallwinter, and Sildar was in really rough shape. So he offered you 50 gold pieces to escort him safely to Phandalin, and so he could recuperate there. You took the supplies, right, from inside the cave.
Oh, from inside the cave, yeah.
From inside the cave.
And we had our additional supplies that we're transporting to.
Correct.
Monsieur Roxika.
So just so you're aware, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode, but as a good refresh for you, the supplies that you found in the cave were labeled property of Lion Shield Coster.
Is that where we're taking the stuff?
No, you're taking your supplies to Barthen's Provisions.
Oh, okay.
What was the name again?
Lion Shield Coster.
Lion Shield Coster.
It's on the map.
Yes. Which I so kindly provided to you.
You're so kind.
Wow. Feel the love.
Well, hey, it already auto-corrected to coaster, so we're delivering a batch of coasters.
Yes, it is. It is.
also
That's what they do. They just make coasters of all shapes, sizes, materials, you name it. It's
Maybe if we return their coasters, we'll get a break on coasters for your B&B.
There you go. They'll also put your logo on them. So
Yes.
absolutely, 100%.
Perfect.
They will make coasters out of the Shattered Obelisk if you get that. They will.
Either that, or you could make things interesting and just take it directly to your B&B, and that way, if they ever show up and use the B&B, they're like, "Where did you get these?
These look familiar.
Exactly.
I lost these years ago."
Don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea. We got them in a goblin garage sale,
Exactly.
cave sale. I mean,
Instead of garage sailing on a Saturday, you go cave sailing.
Yes, cave sailing. Absolutely. All right. So you've got those supplies to return to Lion Shield Coster. You've got the original supplies that are going back to Barthen, not going back to, but being delivered to Barthen's Provisions on behalf of Gundren Rockseeker. Sildar has requested that you just take him somewhere where he can convalesce.
Yes.
Yes.
did we heal him at all? Or
May have healed
Take
him a
a
little
long-
bit, but he's still he's stable. He's basically stable, but not doing
not
well.
full- okay.
Not nowhere near full health.
We looked at him and said, "Ooh, that seems bad," and did nothing.
That looks like it hurts, man.
Yeah.
Here, we have salt in the provision wagon. Would you like to rub it in your wounds?
Absolutely.
That doesn't seem comfy. Meet Vincent. He's doing just as well.
Here, put your drink on a coaster. while you die slowly.
Here, we're giving free coasters away with every rescue. No healing, but we're just giving away coasters.
Oh my God. Free coaster with every rescue. Fantastic.
Oh boy. That's how I'm advertising the B&B.
Free coaster with every rescue.
Coaster with every rescue.
All right, so are we ready to head into Phandalin?
I just pictured what the coaster is going to look like. It just says around the thing. It's like just a round coaster. Congratulations on not dying. Here's your free coaster.
Mm-hmm. And in the middle, it has the Bemblebomble B&B logo.
Nice.
That's right. Should look into QR codes for that.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Scan this with your wand.
I mean, I'm unemployed, so I could make a website for the Bemblebomble B&B.
I can make you coasters.
Nice.
I already made your menu.
Fable has made the menu.
There's over, 30 things on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope the goblins are good cooks.
That's a Greek diner menu right there.
Gordon Ramsay would be very angry
a Greek
about
diner
that.
is 30 items on the appetizers alone.
That's fair. You're right.
Gordon Ramsay would be pissed about a 30 item
Gordon Ramsay would be
menu, though.
displeased.
Gordon Ramsay can suck it.
Ooh. Can we clip that out and tag Gordon Ramsay in it? Because I want to see his reaction to Gordon Ramsay can suck it.
Wow. We love Gordon Ramsay, though.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
I'm proud of my menu. So.
You should be proud of your menu, but Gordon Ramsay would have something to say about it.
All I know is I
don't
followed Gordon Ramsay's advice and I got the hex-clad pans, and they're pretty awesome, I gotta say.
Really?
Surprisingly so. I really thought this is going to go one way or another. It's just going to be either a shallow celebrity endorsement or it's actually going to be a good thing, and it's actually a good thing.
Fascinating. All right, so you guys get back to the adventuring party gets back to their wagon. Now you are, if you look at the big map on the table, so you're still by the Cragmaw hideout, that big X.
Okay.
So it will probably be evening by the time you get to Phandalin. So,
Gotcha.
so what do you guys want to do on your way there? What's the plan? Any thoughts?
So we have all the provisions we had, everything we took from the caves.
Yes.
And 2 extra horses from the ones we found on was it 2 horses?
Yes, it was 2 horses. Correct. Those were Gundren and Sildar's horses. So you have the provisions, the original provisions.
But they were just on horses. They didn't have wagons. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
there were no. That's why you're transporting the supplies, because they went quickly ahead on horseback and left the supplies behind. So that's why they had them that's why you were escorting the supplies to Phandalin for them.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. So, assuming that our wagon, oxen, and horses are all still there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
They are still there.
Sorry.
Fair question. Fair question.
Yeah, it's
Your camouflage job was successful.
excellent.
Nobody, the goblins, the ones that were causing trouble, are now in your employ. So there's no other threat on the Tribord Trail other than those goblins. So
Gotcha.
How many goblins do we even have now?
We have 6.
You have 7.
And 2
2
dire
wolves.
wolves. Or just
No, 2
wolves?
regular wolves.
Just wolves,
Yeah,
okay.
so we have Vincent, Michael, Creed, Oscar, Stanley, Toby, and Nard Dog, the goblins, and Fluffy and Bitsy, the wolves.
I love Fluffy and Bitsy.
Fluffy and Bitsy.
So yeah, so you've got all that. You've got the horses. You've got 7 goblins with you. Sildar, the wolves. So you've got quite a large.
We've got an entourage.
You have quite a large group.
Quite the retinue.
Yes. So you're gonna continue your way to Phandalin.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So again, it's going to be about a day's journey to get there. So it's right about sunset when you're now. So you were heading east on the Tribord Trail, and then you turn south toward Phandalin, who is this village in the foothills of the Sword Mountains. So again, it's about sunset by the time you get to Phandalin. So the rutted track that you've been on emerges from a wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpse of Phandalin. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on fieldstone foundations. More old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars, surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into a muddy main street as it climbs toward a ruined manor house on a hillside to the east side of town.
What you calling ruins? That's what B&B.
You've got a lot of work to do. As you approach, you see children playing on the town green and townsfolk tending to chores or running errands at the shops in town. Many people look up and smile as you approach, but all return to their business as you go by. Would someone like to roll a history check?
Ooh, sure. I think
I have a +3 on history.
Oh.
Yeah, you roll it. Yeah, plus nothing.
Plus nothing.
All right, I'll roll it. 20.
20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh. A little more backstory on Phandalin. The frontier town of Phandalin is built on the ruins of a much older settlement. Hundreds of years ago, old Phandalin was a thriving town whose people were firmly allied with the dwarves and gnomes of the Phandelver Pact. However, the same bandits who sacked the mines at Wave Echo Cave attacked the settlement, and Phandalin was abandoned for centuries. In the last 3 or 4 years, hardy folk from the cities of Neverwinter and Waterdeep have begun settling atop the ruins of Phandalin. A bustling frontier town has developed on the site of the old settlement. It's home now to farmers, woodcutters, fur traders, and prospectors drawn by the stories of gold and platinum in the foothills of the Sword Mountains. Unfortunately, more than a few ruffians and bandits have settled here as well, taking advantage of the fact that there is no official local authority to chase them off. A gang known as the Redbrands have been hounding Phandalin, extorting and bullying everyone in town. Welcome to Phandalin.
Good thing we brought those wolves.
Yes, indeed.
Fluffy and bitsy. You gotta make them the cutest collars ever. Bedazzle them. Little bows.
They need to look fancy for when guests arrive at the B&B.
A little bow, like, what do you call it? What the hell is it called? Bow tie.
Yeah.
Bow tie.
They will have a negative on intimidation if you do that to them. So if you try to
why Callie doesn't wear a bow.
See, exactly. So if you try to attack with them, they will not be very intimidating. Your enemies might try to just pet the wolves.
Not even one.
I mean, that might be better. Try to pet the wolves.
See what happens.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, they're so cute.
You like that hand?
Nice.
So they might get negative to intimidation, but maybe advantage on charm.
Deception?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deception check? You know,
Yeah.
maybe
Okay, the
they're...
bows are a go. Is
The
what I'm
bows are
hearing.
definitely a
Is what I'm
go.
hearing.
Lull them into a sense of security and then...
I will draw that right now.
Pardon me, does your dog bite?
That's not my dog. One of my favorite scenes out of all the Pink Panther movies.
I love it.
So fantastic. I'm glad you referenced that. That was good. All right. So I printed out maps for you. So again, you're coming from the north, heading south into town. So some of the first things you come across, there's a couple of outbuildings there on the outskirts of town. As you kind of come into the town, remember the town green, which is where the kids are playing. So you're seeing people kind of coming in and out of shops. Things are starting to close down for the night. So
Can we make it to Barthen's before it closes? Because it's right there.
you go up to the door of Barthen's Provisions. You knock on it. However, you do notice there is a sign that says closed.
Can we go to Barthen's house next door? I don't take no for an answer.
Are you closed? I just need one thing. Just one thing. Just one thing. I won't be long. I promise. Just one thing.
So you want to try to knock on the house?
I don't know.
Well, you don't know. See, I mean, so you don't know that it's Barthen's home. I mean, it says it on the map, but you don't.
You mean I don't have this map?
You don't have this
Has
map.
arrows to each item. It tells me
what it
they
looks
are.
like, but you do not have the labels. Unless, for some odd reason, we look down on the ground and see writing.
Right, exactly.
Is Barthen outside his house?
Barthen's Provisions is run by a woman named Elmina. Elmina Barthen.
Oh, is she outside?
She is not. The store is closed.
But is she outside her house? Maybe she's doing something, milking a cow, hanging up laundry, watching people walk by.
You don't see her anywhere.
So I think we should go to the inn.
Suss out my competition.
Yes.
Yeah. We're doing market research. So in the letter that I got from Gundren, obviously Gundren's been acquired by someone else. The bearer of this message I'm just going back through the letter I was given from Gundren,
Yes.
because we do have to deliver those provisions to Elmina Barthen.
Correct. So you want to go to the Stonehill Inn. Is that where you go?
Yeah, I do. But my thing is, if there are these people shaking people down in this town,
Yes.
I'd rather know that they're coming and deal with them rather than risk the entire wagon of. I guess my thought is this: since Barthen's isn't open, do we stay in the town?
Now remember, where in town would you suggest you stay? Because again, remember there are 3 of you, a dire wolf, 2 wolves, and 7 goblins.
And where'd you say the B&B was?
It's Tresender Manor, so over to the east of town.
It's a building in ruins.
It's a building in ruins.
Yes.
Okay. Still.
So I mean, your option is you could camp outside of town. Mm-hmm. You could set up camp just outside of town and spend the night, take a long rest.
Yeah.
Sildar is going to, because he just needs to get to town. So Sildar is going to ask that you drop him off at the Stonehill Inn, and he is going to lodge there for the night and rest up.
Okay.
Literally drop him, like roll him off the card.
Wow.
As long as
you are not a 5-star Uber driver at all. Your rating just went way down.
Tell you what, Sildar, could you get the pull-out cot for Vincent there in your room? Just trying to conserve funds there until we get paid.
Absolutely. There's a pull-out couch. There's a pull-out couch in the little suite area of the room. So
Somewhere
yeah, definitely.
Somewhere in Phandalin, there's an artificer / furniture maker making pull-out couches.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're gonna make camp just outside of town, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Hang on, I have to get our ambient music.
Oh, nice.
Courtesy of Pocket Bard. Okay, so you have taken a long rest. Not that you needed it, but this will help. This will definitely help Vincent.
Yay.
Poor Vincent.
Poor Vincent. So Vincent will be all healed up.
Oh, Vincent healed both broken legs and a dislocated shoulder.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
All is better. All right, so now you are waking up. Sun is rising over the horizon. It's a beautiful day in Phandalin. Are you gonna leave all the goblins here and every, like what are you gonna leave stuff at camp or is like the wolves, like what are you bringing into town and what are you leaving at your campsite?
I feel like we're probably best to leave the goblins and the wolves at the campsite because that's going to look a little menacing if we wander into town with our entire entourage.
Yeah.
That's an excellent thought. So it's just going to be the three of you, probably the direwolf. Probably. Do you want to bring Callie with you into town? Remember, it's not a big town.
It's not a big town.
You've heard a little about the Redbrands, but you know very little. You don't know much about them, so you don't know how much of a threat they are in town. But you've heard the name. You've heard the goblins on your drive into town. Your drive into town. You're talking with the goblins and everything. You heard this name Redbrands brought up, but you don't know. You know they're kind of troublemakers, but you don't know what to make of them yet.
So I think I want to bring. So are we coming? We're coming from the north,
Correct.
From the Tribor Trail.
Correct.
Okay. So that we discovered Barthen's was closed.
Yes.
I'd say I would bring Callie as far as Barthen's,
Okay.
but maybe not into town.
Okay.
Just to where she can scope out a place to,
Sure.
put her disguise on. Her cow disguise.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Her really bad cow disguise. So we'll go at least that far.
All right. So you're gonna head to Barthen's Provisions this morning. Barthen's is open, so I'll give you a little bit of the background of Barthen's Provisions here. Barthen's Provisions is the biggest trading post in Phandalin.
Okay.
It stocks most ordinary goods and supplies, including backpacks, bedrolls, rope, rations, all the typical supplies you would need. It's open from sun up to sundown, so that's why you just missed it.
Right.
Barthen's doesn't stock weapons or armor. So if you need that, you have to go elsewhere in town. Like I said, Elmina Barthen is the proprietor. When you walk into the store, you see her behind the counter. She is a young human woman with a kindly manner. There's a couple of clerks as well. And they wait on the customers and everything. So these two clerks come up to you and say, "How can we help you?"
I'm actually here to deliver something to you. I need to speak to Elmina.
Oh, certainly. She's right there behind the counter.
Thank you. I go up to Elmina and I show her Gundren's letter and I said, I have a delivery for you. Specifically, I was delivering these to Gundren Rockseeker.
Oh, yes. We've been waiting. Where is Gundren? We haven't seen him.
We don't quite know. I was going to ask you if you've seen him.
No, I knew he was coming. I knew he was coming this way, but I haven't seen or heard of him. I was starting to grow concerned.
Well, I brought you the wagon of provisions.
Wonderful.
When was Gundren last here?
Oh, it's been some time. He comes in and out. He's been spending a lot of time in the mountains looking for something, but he hasn't been in town for some time.
Do you know what he's looking for?
He never says. He's very excited, but he never says what he's looking for.
Did he say generally where he was in the mountains, or he's just in the mountains?
No, just in the mountains. Yeah, he's been very secretive about everything.
Well, perchance you don't happen to carry direwolf goblin Bjorns, do you? Just looking for a little collar / harness thing that I can put on my companion. Now, are we inside, by the way?
Yes.
We are inside, okay. And I would ask just a simple favor, just so I don't alarm anyone, because my companion is maybe you'd like to come and meet my companion.
Sure. Ander, Thistle, outside.
So I take Elmina out and I whistle for Callie, who is just nearby, not just kind of skulking around, but anyway, just she knows to remain out of sight when we're in town. So I figured this is no different. And I introduce them to Callie.
That is quite an enormous animal.
Yeah, so I don't want to, obviously I came to meet you, Gundren, I know Gundren, and really my only hope is that I can give Callie a place where she can kind of watch. She'd be helpful to you and everything, but just so she remains out of the way so people don't get alarmed. Because, a small town like this, a dire wolf might be a bad thing in some people's eyes, since we're on the edge of the wilderness.
So you'd like some lodging for?
No, I just wanted to know if it's okay if she, if there's places she'll be fine on her own, but if she knows you, it's just that much more comforting for me to know that she's around somebody she knows. And if anybody causes trouble for you, you can tell him, you can just tell her to fetch and she'll go get them. They might not survive, but she'll fetch for it.
Well, there certainly has been some trouble in town, so it wouldn't hurt to have some protection.
So maybe we could just kind of just come to an arrangement of, letting her prowl around, and that way you have some protection nearby. What are the reasons you need protection?
Well, I don't know what you've heard, but there are some unsavory characters in town. They've been shaking down all the businesses, and we don't have a sheriff or anything, so they're kind of taking advantage of that fact that there isn't an authority system here in town, and they are taking full advantage of that fact. It's making it very hard to do business.
I think, speaking for myself and my trusted companion, Callie, I would speak to my friends and see, and maybe we could be a little challenge for those people shaking you down, because I don't like to hear that. You seem like a very nice person, Elmina, and I know that, if Gundren sent me to you, then you're good with me. So,
well, any help we could get would be tremendous. It's just like I said, all the business people in town, the whole Chamber of Commerce, when we get together, we talk about this, and it's they're making it, like I said, very hard to do business here. We're just trying to rebuild this small town, and they've kind of they're the criminal element in town, and it's making it difficult for people to want to stay here.
I mean, I think we need to do something then, guys, because if I'm going to open the B&B here, I cannot have an unsavory element. How will I attract tourists?
Elmina, allow me to introduce.
Hi, I'm Zanros. Zanros Bemblebomble.
Bemblebomble. That name sounds familiar.
My family owns the Tricenter Manor out on the edge of town.
Oh my, that old rundown place?
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I mean no offense, but it's kind of fallen into disrepair. No one from the Bemblebomble family has been here in years.
That is true. My family doesn't tend to like to leave home, but I'm going to make it a beautiful B&B. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner included.
Well, that would be lovely. That would certainly attract people to this town.
Yes, but not if there's a criminal element here.
You're absolutely right. As a representative of the Chamber of Commerce, would you be willing to join as a member? And we would love to have you.
Absolutely.
We meet on the third Tuesday of every month at the Stonehill Inn for breakfast, and we talk about how we can work together as a business community in town, and how we can attract people. There's a tourism subcommittee that you might want to be a part of.
That's excellent. I'd also like to talk to the proprietor of the Stonehill Inn about what kind of spirits he has available, so that maybe I can offer some local beverages in addition to my really fabulous menu that we have planned.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, you could definitely go over there. They're just a couple buildings down from here.
Excellent.
Lovely. It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you too, Elmina. May I call you Elmina?
You may.
Wonderful.
So while you're having this conversation with Elmina, Ander and Thistle, her two employees, have completely unloaded all the provisions that you were there to deliver to her. And Elmina pays you the agreed upon 10 gold pieces each. So she is very grateful for you bringing those.
Cha-ching.
Right to the Bemblebomble B&B savings.
Exactly. Bemblebomble. I was trying to find something else with a B. The Bemblebomble savings account.
The Bemblebomble bureaucracy savings, so when one of your employees messes up. Wait, 5 or 10?
10.
10 gold pieces each.
So,
Yes.
did Sildar give us gold? Because he was going to give us gold to
Oh, yeah.
get him to Phandalin, right?
Sildar did not have any gold on him. Sildar is going to procure a loan in which he can repay you once he has recovered from his injuries, he hasn't left town. He's still at the Stonehill Inn.
Okay.
So he is going to, as soon as he's able, he's going to secure funds to pay you the 50 gold pieces.
Did we also drop off the extra supplies that we got from the Pragma, whatever?
You have not yet.
No, because those are supposed to go to Lion Shield Coster.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That is correct.
I paid attention.
I'm so glad.
But are we supposed to give them... Are we supposed to deliver the wagon and the oxen to Elmina as well, or are those ours to use?
Those are Elmina's
Okay.
property. But if you can...
We just want to ask her if, I'll ask her if we can, just utilize the wagon to return this, property to Lion Shield Coster.
Oh, certainly. They're just right down on the other side of the town center, so you can bring it down there and just and return it here. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
I am truly concerned about Gundren. If you can find him, it would mean so much to me. He is such a dear friend. So please don't give up on him. Please find him.
Oh, well, I also promised to buy him a drink once we dropped you off the provisions. So, unfortunately, we found Sildar Hallwinter, so we don't know where Gundren is.
Oh no!
And Sildar was pretty banged up, so we have him down at the Stonehill Inn, and we're going to go see him and then return the stuff to Lion Shield Coster, and then we'll return the wagon and oxen to you.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, thank you. Please let me know what you find of and hear of Gundren.
Absolutely.
Fabulous. So you have completed the task of delivering the provisions to... Ding! Exactly. Check that one off.
Check that one off.
Where would you all like to go next?
We should run by Lion Shield Coster, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you want to continue down the path to Lion Shield Coster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it worth stopping at Stonehill Inn to see Sildar? Or should we just come back and see Sildar after that?
Come back.
Yeah, I can come back. So we gotta pass it going both ways if we're returning the cart and the oxen.
You can always stop there for lunch after you complete your morning errands.
Okay.
So you pull up to the Lion Shield Coster, a wooden sign shaped like a shield and painted with a blue lion hangs above the door of this trading post. The building is owned by the Lion Shields, a merchant company based in the city of Yarter, over 100 miles to the east. They ship finished goods to Phandalin and other small settlements throughout the region. But this outpost has been hit hard by banditry.
Not banditry.
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 The most recent Lion Shield caravan, due in Phandalin, never arrived. And you all know what happened with that.
Yes. Yeah, I think... Now, I'm sorry, I'm going to...
Go ahead.
The provisions that we got there were all marked with the emblem of Lion Shield Coster.
Correct.
So we haven't opened any of these things.
Correct. Not that I don't know. Have you?
No.
Not that I remember.
Questioning whether we should or not.
Oh. What was included in those provisions?
You don't know. You don't know what's in these.
We don't know these provisions. I mean, we know the other we had all the, packed provisions for Gundar
Right.
and Sildar.
Gundar and Sildren.
Yeah. Is it Sildar or Sildren?
It's Sildar.
Sildar.
No, because you
And
said
Gundren.
Gundar instead of Gundren, so it's
Oh,
Gundar
oh.
and Sildren.
Gundar and Sildren.
I was thinking they sounded like a new Siegfried and Roy, but that's totally different. Gundren and Sildar.
Amazing. And they're dire wolves.
And they're dire wolves. Couldn't resist.
New traveling show.
I got trouble with capital T, and that rhymes with fee, and P, and that's for Phandalin.
Oh my.
And all of a sudden we open the crates, and they're all musical instruments.
Yeah, right. You're starting a band.
That's what you do with the extra goblins. They have entertainment
Yes.
live.
76
dinner
trombones did the big parade.
How many goblins? We had 7 goblins.
7 goblins, yes.
It's bigger than a mariachi
6
band. But,
plus Vincent.
Oh, okay. My bad.
imagine having a goblin mariachi band follow you around
Oh,
through
God.
town.
That would be
That'd be so
amazing.
funny.
In fact, I think we should.
That's how
Yeah.
we drive the bandits out of town. We annoy the shit out of them.
they're trying to hold people up, and we've just got the Goblin Mariachi band behind them.
Give us all your money.
Everywhere they go.
Wah, wah. They're walking through town. Boom, 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 boom. Just like, wah, 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 wah. Just make,
Yeah.
When they stop.
Oh my god. So what are you doing? So you're at the Lion Shield Coster. What would you?
Do you guys think we should open these up before we take them in? Make sure there's nothing in there we want.
You're going to steal? You're going to steal from someone in
No,
town?
I
don't
just
think
want to
that's the
understand
best
what we're
idea.
carrying here.
I'm sorry, all-knowing dungeon master. Did anybody ask?
I'm just asking questions.
I think
What is your alignment? What is your character alignment?
Damn it.
Damn it! Foiled again.
Chaotic neutral.
Okay.
Going through these boxes and feel a little chaotic.
Oh.
It's up to you. What would you like to do?
I'm not saying we take anything necessarily.
I'm just saying
I'm
we
just
should
saying,
inspect,
yeah, maybe we
inspect
look.
what we're carrying and just to understand what we're carrying.
And also see if it's worth a reward.
Well, we're supposed to get paid 50, right?
But that's just for getting Sildar here. We already did that.
No, wait.
How? What are we talking as far as crates? Are they like? Are we gonna have to like take a pry bar to them or something like that?
You are going to have to. They are sealed, nailed shut.
The middle one. See it? Where I split all of our money. I think the supplies were worth 50 if we brought them back. Unless my writing is wrong, which it very well could be.
Wait, are we getting 50 gold pieces for returning these? Why are you looking like you don't know?
I don't know.
If there's one thing I do
I
take
may
notes
have
on,
said
it's
that.
money.
I may have
So,
said that. I may not have. It depends on the notes he wrote.
That's what I wrote down.
I mean, if we're getting 50 gold for returning it,
Well, because I wrote about a Sildar after this.
So what would you like to do?
I'd like to get money.
I say we don't look through the crates.
Everybody's talking about how ruined my B&B is. I'd like money.
The slander is crazy.
Okay. So would you like to? What do you want to do? Are you going to go into the Lion Shield Coster?
Yeah, I mean, giving it to them. What do we know about Lion Shield Coster? That they. I thought I heard you say they ship finished goods.
Yeah, so they're a rather large company. This is a trading post owned by the Lion Shields. They're a merchant company. Their headquarters is 100 miles east of here, but they deliver finished goods to this weaponry, armor, shields, etc. That type of stuff. But you don't know that. You've not.
Oh, we don't have any experience with that.
I'm just telling you
that's what you're telling me, not okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
You have not heard of Lion Shield Coster because you've come from Neverwinter and there's no outpost there.
See, my curiosity is like, what did the goblins steal? But
The goblins stole everything.
They just
They'll
stole everything.
steal
They stole
anything,
everything.
But what we know,
This was the only stuff that was labeled that you knew it belonged to somebody else. Because you opened the chest and everything, there was other stuff that you found, but that was not identified. But this had a specified owner to it.
okay. Well, here's my question. So are they chiefly an armory? Well, let's go in and talk to them.
Okay.
And my thought is this. If we go in and talk to them and we give them sealed crates, are they worth more? Because, of course, my alignment's lawful, so
I
I'd be
feel
more
like if
likely
we
to...
don't break into their crates, we will be in their good graces. Perhaps.
That's fair.
You want to make a good first impression in the town, you're going to open a B&B in.
Yeah.
Wow, you're really giving me the stare down.
No.
And what's your alignment, Dal?
True neutral.
Neutral.
Neutral neutral.
Neutral. I can't say that 2 times. I can't say that 5 times fast. Okay, so you're going to enter the Lion Shield Coster.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a woman by the name of Lenine.
Mm-hmm.
Lenine Greywind.
Greywind.
I actually have a little picture of Lenine for you. There's Lenine.
Oh, she looks nice.
She looks...
I like her pointy boots.
And Lenine says, welcome. I don't recognize you. Where have you come from? I haven't seen you in town before.
Well, we came looking for my friend Gundren Rockseeker, who had asked me to escort a wagon of supplies for him.
Oh, yes, I know Gundren. He's been in here before.
Oh, well, we seem to have run across some crates that have your symbol on it.
Really? You found them?
Yes.
I've been waiting for them.
Well, we found them and Gundren's horses on the road coming up the Tribord Trail. Ran into some trouble, and well, we found your crates, and we wanted to return them to you.
Well, that is very nice of you. Where are they? Do you have them with you?
I have them in the wagon outside.
Fabulous. Lenine goes running outside and is looking at all the crates, and she's very aware. She knows exactly what was supposed to be delivered. So you can kind of see her counting the boxes, looking at them, inspecting them, and notices that everything seems to be there. She's like, this is everything that I've been waiting for. Thank you so much. I couldn't possibly begin to repay you. But allow me. This is just a small token of my thanks. And she gives you 50 gold pieces, not each, 50 gold pieces total. as a small thank you. She's like, it's been so difficult these days between what's going on in town with the Redbrands and provisions are. I don't know what's been going on outside of town, but a lot of things seem to keep going missing.
So, what kinds of things have you seen? Because to be completely transparent, we just spoke to Elmina, so we're just trying to get an understanding of, like, all the things. Like, what do you know? It's most generous of you. I'm glad we could return your property, by the way.
Again, thank you so much for that. No, it's these Redbrands. They keep coming around trying to extort money from the businesses in town. They want to come here and buy weapons, but I know they're no good, so I refuse to sell them any weaponry or armor or anything like that. I am not going to support them. But they keep coming in here trying to take money from the business people in town, and it's been absolutely terrible. It's people don't want to come out. People don't want to shop in our stores for fear of being attacked by the Redbrands. They're just a terrible group of people.
So they've come here looking for weapons, but you wouldn't sell them weapons. But they haven't threatened you or anything, have they? Or are they just threatening other people that are coming into town?
Well, if I don't pay them,
oh, so you're having to pay them like
I have to pay them for protection, because if I don't, they might burn the place down. You see what they did to the Tresender Manor.
What?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Allow me to introduce my friend Zanros.
Hi, I'm Zanros Bemblebomble.
Yes.
My family owns the Tresender Manor.
Oh my!
I was coming here to open it as a B&B.
She has a whole plan. It's great.
Dal, I have a quick question for you. So, your accent sounds like it's from Waterdeep, but I thought you said you were from Neverwinter. Iquiem, have you ever heard an accent like that on somebody who's from Neverwinter?
Can't say that I have.
Dal, are you putting on a fake accent?
You're hiding something from us.
I thought we were friends.
Well, I just got a little bit stuck in it.
Oh. See, that's more of the accent I've heard before. Neverwinter.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely starting to sound more like someone from Neverwinter. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that, but it just kind of occurred to me. All right. Back to the Redbrands. Where do we find them and how do I kill them?
I don't think you want to go looking for trouble.
I don't think I want them messing up this town when I'm trying to open a business. I'm going to be joining the...
Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. Going to be joining the Chamber of Commerce.
And the Tourism Subcommittee.
Obviously. And we need to make this a town where people actually want to come. So I'm happy to go look for the Redbrands. Listen, we got a lot to do. We got to find Gundren. We've got to get the Redbrands. We've got to apparently rebuild an entire B&B. I only have 7 employees right now.
Sounds like you're going to be a very busy person.
I mean, yeah.
Well, if you're looking for trouble,
Sounds like I am.
the place you could start is the Sleeping Giant.
So the place is called the Sleeping Giant?
The place is called the Sleeping
Okay,
Giant.
so we're not We're not taking on a
We're
sleeping
not bothering a sleeping giant.
I'm just making sure.
Better to be sure
It's,
than
it's a large sleeping giant. They set up a bar while he was sleeping. He hasn't woken up since. And if you wake the giant, then the whole bar is kaput.
that's right.
So, yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
It's built on top of the sleeping giant. The sleeping giant is another. It is a roll for. Well, yeah, roll a history check.
16.
So the sleeping. So you're talking with Lenine, and Lenine tells you about the sleeping giant. It's a rundown tap house, dirty, dangerous watering hole at the end of the main street of Phandalin. It is frequented by the Redbrands and operated by a surly orc named Greska.
Nothing I love more than a surly orc.
That really should be the name of it, the surly orc.
Surly orc. That's a great name. I got to write that down.
About how many of these Redbrands are there, would you say?
That was my next question.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just rough estimate, if nothing else. Unless you have a specific number.
there are many of them in town. You're likely to run into quite a few of them.
There's quite a few. Less than 10, more than 10. Less than 50.
They don't hang out in big groups. Usually in teams of 2 to 3, you see them going in and out of the shops, extorting us for money. But I know I can't tell you how many there are of them in general. I've never seen, I don't know where they hide out. So
Why do I feel like it might be at the Bemblebomble B&B?
I don't know. I know where they like to drink.
It's not far from the Bemblebomble B&B.
It's very conveniently located.
It certainly is.
Listen, one of the charming aspects of the Bemblebomble B&B is that it's in walking distance to the entire town.
Phandalin is a walkable town.
Park your horse and walk everywhere.
Let me scry. I'm going to visit Phandalin. Let me scry. Walkable towns, Phandalin. Oh, look at there.
The 10 most walkable towns on the Sword Coast.
So there's no sheriff, constabulary of any kind here in Phandalin. Is that right? Linnea? Right? Linnea?
There is no, we're kind of on the frontier here. The town is just getting rebuilt. So there is no official government or law enforcement of any kind. We do elect a town master who kind of helps organize things. He's the president of the Chamber of Commerce.
And he is?
I'd love to meet him.
His name is Harbin.
Harbin.
Harbin Wester.
Harbin Wester, the town master of Phandalin. And he's elected, you said?
Yes, like I said, he's also the president of the Chamber of Commerce, but it's on a biannual basis. We have elections, and so he's been the most recently elected town master. So he just kind of helps settle any differences between people in town. So like I said, it's not a very established government, but it helps to keep things organized.
Sounds like he's doing a great job. I forgot brands running all over the place.
I mean, we talk about this at every Chamber of Commerce meeting. It's so difficult. We try to stand up to them, but
Have you thought about arranging a mob?
Does 7 goblins constitute a mob, by the way?
I mean, it's a good start.
It's certainly a good start.
12 or more people, so not yet.
12 or more people is a mob? Okay. So not quite. We're getting
We have
close.
7 goblins and 2 wolves, and the 3 of us.
And a dire wolf.
So
And
that's
a
a
dire
mob.
wolf. So I think we might have a mob.
I think we have a mob.
Kill the beast! Oh, sorry.
and
Wrong story.
Lenine says pitchforks. Do you say pitchforks and torches?
Listen, we got an extra 2 gold after we split up that 50, so maybe we could buy some torches, pitchforks,
Oh wait, how much was it after the
signs.
split? I forgot to add it.
It should be 16 gold each, and then we do have
Oh,
2
yeah.
left.
Go home,
which I think we
Redbrands.
could probably throw to the goblins to keep them happy.
Yeah.
My thought is just exactly that, is we use whatever left over and turn it to silver. And
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's
Here you
good
go,
because
first paycheck. By the way, we're committing a hostile takeover of where you'll be working.
Is there a bank in town where I can open a business checking account?
as a matter of fact,
Get a free arcane toaster with every new account.
Harbin Wester actually runs the bank in town.
Of course he
Of course
does.
he does.
I don't think I'm gonna like Harbin Wester.
He could be.
Well, this is an election year, so
So, do you have some poster board and some markers?
we're more of
Oh.
armor and weaponry here, but Barthen might have
Fabulous.
those types of supplies.
Fabulous. Friends with them already, so.
So can I ask you prices of things for armor and weapons?
Sure.
How much armor and weapons can you even carry?
Yeah,
if we
seriously.
No, I don't. My thought is to. My thought is actually to weaponize your staff.
That's a good
Like
idea.
whatever
yeah.
they have, let's make it a little better.
I mean, they want to
Here,
kill stuff,
this-
so this is an
Yeah.
opportunity
Right.
for them to kill stuff.
Here you go.
On the-
We have
on
to
the
clean up
job.
town.
Yep. Yeah,
You know.
yeah, guys, we got to clean this town up,
Yeah.
and once that's done, your jobs at the B&B can commence.
Okay, so what are you interested in purchasing?
I guess we're looking for 7 shields.
Seven shields. 7. Well. Here's the big question: did the goblins actually leave their weapons in the caves,
Oh yeah,
or did
bring
they
anything
take their stuff
them?
with them? Whether goblin accoutrement they're traveling with. Just out of curiosity.
Nothing I love more than goblin accoutrement.
Well, they didn't,
in goblin accoutrement.
like their weapons really weren't anything
great?
anything great.
Okay.
It was more for looks than it was anything else because people didn't really put up much of a fight on the trail because they weren't expecting
Right.
to be attacked, so it was more just an intimidation factor.
Yeah. So. But do we want to arm goblins who are only recently?
I think 2 or 3 paychecks in.
Yeah.
Once we've established a certain level of loyalty, is
Yeah.
that what you're thinking?
Well, my thought is, yes, we can use them as allies to get rid of the Redbrands and help the town, and that way, it's kind of a dual purpose. If the goblins kind of are reformed, more or less, working for you in your B&B, but they will, obviously gain some notoriety having helped save the town that they're now working in.
Right.
That's me thinking out loud.
Yeah, I mean, if they help get rid of the Redbrands, it will certainly help the townspeople feel more comfortable with the fact that there's a bunch of potentially shirtless, bow-tied goblins working at the B&B.
Yeah. And it'll help if we can't find the Bermuda shorts and they're going full Pooh Bear. It's probably better than that. Yeah.
Little Chippendales goblins.
So if you are looking for standard gear for your goblins, short swords and shields are 10 gold piece each.
Okay.
FYI.
I feel like we wait on those.
We could find, like a Nicolas Cage type arms merchant to sell us like stolen goods or something like that.
True.
Yeah.
We could find some sticks in the woods.
Right.
Those are free.
Well, if they're armed and we take out a few at a time. Well, my thought is that if we're going through the town, and if we go, we would have to pass Sleeping Giant to go to
The B&B?
yeah.
Yes.
So I don't think that's that far of an assumption to think that that's where the Redbrands are holed up.
I think that's a safe assumption,
Yeah.
yes.
And basically they have what looks to be high ground. So
Like, the three of us can't go in against them.
No.
but
I feel like if just the three of us go in, we're going to get dead.
Safe assumption.
Oh no, James is thinking thoughts.
yeah. So they're usually seen in town 2 or 3 at a time, and they shake down the merchants.
Correct.
Is there a specific day that they do that? I asked Linnea, is there a specific day that they come and they take money from you?
From me,
And I explained to Linnea that the reason I'm asking is I want to get an idea of how often they come into town, or is it they just go to another business and they rotate through all the businesses, or do they just come on one day and go to all the businesses?
they usually come in on Mondays because everybody gets paid on Friday. So there's a lot of spending that happens over the weekend. So before we can deposit our money at the bank on Mondays, they come in first thing Monday morning and shake us down for a good portion of what we've earned over the weekend.
And then my feeling is, of course, Harbin Wester's getting a deposit either way. Otherwise, where are they keeping all that gold?
Maybe it's at the B&B. That would be a really nice way to rebuild my B&B.
I will. Harbin is an honest man. He would not take money from those thugs.
Here's my problem. If the money's at the B&B, do we actually have to return it to the townspeople rather than keep it for ourselves?
We can give them some. Be like, oh, look what we found.
Oh yeah, look what we found, but I need the rest to rebuild my B&B.
Be like, I
Did you
guess
say
they
you
spent the
lost
rest
a
of it. Ooh.
Bag with 1,000 gold in it? We found the bag.
And 9 gold.
9 gold. There was 9 gold in the bag. Yeah, 9.
I guess they
9
spent
gold.
it all.
As an aside, overall, outside of game, I'm always suspicious when somebody says, "Oh, he's a really good man or a really honest man," and I'm like, I don't believe you.
Roll an insight check.
I will roll an insight check. Thank you.
We haven't done many rolls yet today, so
16. Oh, wait. Let me make sure. 18.
she appears to be 100% truthful.
She
She is
has conviction.
genuinely. She knows Harbin. I mean, he's, for your edification, he is.
A pompous ass.
Yeah.
He's a dandy.
He's a dandy.
He's a dandy.
Wow.
But he is. He's a real fancy pants. But he is. He's not very brave. He's. Again, we elected him, This is all Lenine is telling you all this information. He's not a very brave man, so he's not one to stand up to the Redbrands, but he is an honest man. That much I can tell you. He's a good man.
But if he's a fearful man, my thought is that he would bend quite easily and kind of be submissive towards the Redbrands, which he's technically being because you still have them in town.
Right. Correct.
Yeah. So.
Your thoughts are correct.
Okay. And I just, I'm just workshopping something, so I'm going to ask you this. Is there a workshop in hand? High fantasy? I'm asking for a friend. My thought is this. Would you consider a trade of armor and weapons at some point if I could bring you protection? And I don't mean like shaking you down protection. I mean ridding this town of the Redbrands.
If you rid this town of the Redbrands, I would be willing to offer you. If are you staying in town, or are you protecting the town, or what are your thoughts? Just getting rid of the Redbrands? Because my fear is someone in a power vacuum, someone is just going to take their place.
Well, clearly you need some sort of.
Can I trust you?
All fair questions. I mean, if you know Gundren, I think you would know the company that I keep. So, you know, that's
true.
That's my thought. But I've brought you your, you know, the three of us have brought you your supplies back unopened, and I think that merits at least some trust.
Fair point.
Are you familiar with my family?
I know of the. I'm originally from Neverwinter, and I know the Bemblebombles.
So, I met Iquiam here not very long ago at all, and I'd say he's a trustworthy man, and I'd put my family's reputation behind that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate your words. I would be ever in debt to the people who removed the Redbrands from this town. I would be willing to offer you a 25% discount on any purchases in my store, as long as the Redbrands are not in this town anymore.
Just out of curiosity, since you have armor and weapons, what do you have in the way of something that might fit, say, a dire wolf?
I don't necessarily have anything here, but if you're familiar with the Lion Shield organization, they've been known to craft things on commissions. If there's something you're looking for in particular, I'm sure we could have something brought into town for you. What did you have in mind?
A war collar for a dire wolf?
A war collar. Interesting. If I could take some measurements, I'm sure we could have something constructed for you.
I'll bring her by.
Wonderful.
Of course, outside of this, my first instinct was like whistle for the dog and then freak out the entire town. Might not be the way to go.
Might not be.
Yeah. She's having quiet time, getting lots of scritches from Elmina. So it's oh, by the way, what was Elmina's reaction to Callie and her staff? Can we do an insight check and see?
Elmina's?
Yeah. Or would it be a charisma?
You want to know Elmina Barthen's reaction to
Callie?
To Callie? Elmina's not.
She's not a dog person.
She's not a dog person, so she treats it like any other like farm animal, which is not necessarily the way you would approach a dire wolf.
Okay.
So,
Kind of neutral, maybe, but
yeah, she
not overly like, oh my gosh.
she brings out some food and kind of just tosses it on the ground for Callie.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you want to make any purchases at Lion Shield Coster, or are you going to where do you want to? What would you like to do next? So Harbin Wester is the town master. You know that much. You know that the Redbrands typically hang out at the Sleeping Giant or the Surly Orc, also known as the Surly Orc. Other things in town, Dal.
Sister G.
You're working for Sister G. So, and Sildar is at the Stonehill Inn, recuperating.
I would suggest we go nowhere near Tresender Manor until we have a little bit more in the way of force, because we're in for a fight over there.
So, just as a reaction, as sort of a plan of reaction, if we meet them in the streets, now they come around on a Monday, is what we've gotten from Linnea, but they usually come around on Mondays before people can make bank deposits. Suspicious. Anyway.
Yes.
Why is that suspicious?
Why? Because then the bandits get to make the deposit at the bank and not the merchants.
But they're not depositing at the bank. So says Lenine.
Yes, so right. So says everyone because, he's just perfectly really. I predict that I will be beating him with that cane. But anyway.
You beating somebody with a cane? What? What?
Right. It's like, what?
Good luck to you.
I looked at that. I just looked at that again on my character sheet because it said unarmed strike, and I'm like, why the hell would I do an unarmed strike? Because it literally says this.
Because I looked at it, it says 0.
It says, you can punch, kick, headbutt, or use similar forceful blow and deal bludgeoning damage equal to 1 plus strength modifier. I would be healing them for 2 points.
That's right.
Every time I hit them.
We talked about it on the podcast last week.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I find it so funny that it's just like the gentlest of touches. Oh, you naughty Redbrand.
Yeah.
And then I'll be going, Eldritch Blast, mother.
Boom.
Aquarium goes in for the unarmed strike, and the Redbrand is like, is there a fly?
Exactly.
What's happening?
Just watch until I get my dissonant whispers fired up on karaoke night, and it's all over.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, karaoke would be good for the B&B.
Ooh.
Karaoke night.
Yeah.
I also think you need to have like a trivia night.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Trivia night.
Nice.
All right, so
The Bard Michael.
what would you like to do next? So you've got a lot of different options. So discuss and figure out where you'd like to go next.
Should we drop by the Stonehill Inn to check on Sildar?
Do you want to... You were looking for somebody. Do you want to ask Linnea? Because she's obviously giving us some information, so
Yeah.
she might be a good one to ask.
How do you say her name correctly?
Lenine? Who? Sister Gariel.
Gariel. Can I ask her about Sister G?
You'd like to ask Lenine about Sister Gariel. So roll an insight. No, roll a history check.
Jesus. Are you sure? Insight? Okay, yeah. History?
History.
I got a 10.
You got a 10. Lenine knows a little, has heard of, obviously because she's heard of Sister Gariel, because it's a very small town. She doesn't know much about her, but she knows that you passed by, you didn't know what it was, but you passed by the Shrine of Luck And Sister Gariel tends to the shrine of luck.
Okay.
So if you're looking for Sister Gariel, she lives right near it. So right here on the town center, you'll find the shrine. So you could go over there. Roll another history check.
2.
So all you know that it's just a stone shrine. That's all you know. You noticed it as you walked by it, as you walked by it when you're heading from Barthen's Provisions to Lion Shield Coster. But that's all you know. You just noticed a stone shrine. That was it.
All right.
And Lenine has told you that Sister Gariel is the one that tends to the shrine.
Okay.
So what's up?
I want to ask Lenine if are there any other, obviously we've just gotten through with, a job for Gundren and
Yes.
are there other job boards or what have you? Is there a place where people post jobs, or is it at the Stonehill Inn or anything that you can tell us? And do you have any juicy gossip for us?
Oh, gossip, you say?
Why not?
We also might want to consider that Gundren is probably not having the best time right now. So at some point we might want to think about when we're going to try to find Gundren.
Yeah.
'Cause
Right.
But we think that he's been taken to Cragmaw Castle, right?
yeah.
You've heard of Cragmaw Castle? You have no idea where Cragmaw Castle is. I know you can see it on the map, but it's you.
Does my patron James know where it is in the real world?
Unbeknownst to the party, but knownst to you people, is the location of Cragmaw Castle. So yes, there is a job board. It is at the Town Master's Hall, which is kind of like the town hall. There's there's a couple prison cells there and things like that. So that's kind of our main center of operations for Phandalin.
Great.
So if you're looking for any type of jobs or anything, you can find those there.
Okay.
So before the break, not that any of you listening know there was a break, but before the break, you were still at Lion Shield Coster, or as Iquium is wanting to call it, Lion Shield Costco, swords and shields and weapons in bulk. So you found out a couple things. So you know there is Harbin Wester is the town master. If you're looking for some jobs to do, there's a job board there. There's the Shrine of Luck that Sister G is maintaining, taking care of. Sildar is at the Stonehill Inn. The Redbrands are hanging out at the Sleeping Giant. That's their watering hole. There's other places in town. So what would you like to do next? Thoughts?
So do we know we asked where the jobs board was. And
Yes.
you said it's on the Town Master's Hall.
Yes.
And will she give us just generalized directions to where that is, comparably to where we are now?
You are basically right now, if you are standing in between the Lion Shield Coster and the Town Master's Hall. It is directly across the little path.
Okay.
Across it's right on that whole town square. Okay. It's right on the southeastern side of that area. So it's right across basically right across the street, if you want to call that, from Lion Shield.
So since it's across the street, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take a look at the jobs board and see what is there before. Obviously, we have other things to do, but I just kind of want to get an idea of what's out there for us.
Would you?
Yes, I would, because I'd like to know, if we're going to be guns for hire, let's go all the way.
Allow me to.
What do you got?
I don't even know what you got. I am
Really?
We're gonna hang on one second. I got to shuffle the deck.
I need to know that it does not say deck of many things on it.
It does not say deck of many things. I almost said, let me shuffle. I have the deck of many things, but this is not it. Before we go into this, I want to just give a shout out to Dice Dungeons and their quest decks. This is the quest deck for the crown, and there are numerous quests available in here. So I am going to cut the deck once. Please draw 3 cards.
3 cards. Okay. Do I look at them or do I give them to you?
You just hand them to me.
Okay. Oh boy.
So
somebody flicks you in the back of the head. You, as a spellcaster, are now dead.
So there are 3 jobs posted.
3 jobs. Okay, fantastic.
Posted on this board that you may choose any of these. One says Manor House for sale. Highly motivated seller. Sold as is. It is not the Tresender Manor.
I was going to say, who's trying to sell my house?
It is not the Tresender Manor. There's another one that says, an infection seems to be spreading in the eastern portion of the town. Any help will be accepted for finding a cure. Finally, a witch, someone posted this job, a witch cursed my son when he was born, saying he would become a beast on his 18th name day. It is 2 weeks until the celebration, and I don't know what to do.
That's just an excuse for an ugly baby.
So those are some of the jobs available. And give me a second. So if you can figure out what's going with the manor house for sale. The manor house for someone keep notes on this because I'm not going to remember. The manor house for sale job is paying 79 gold pieces. The infection, the spreading illness, is paying 59 gold pieces. And the witch, the son who was apparently cursed, is paying 96 gold pieces. If you so choose to pick any of those quests. I mean, you've got a lot of things going on, but those are some of the jobs if you're looking for things to do. That's what's available to you. Thank you, Dice Dungeons, for your dice and your side quests.
Okay.
Sponsorships available.
Correct. So you've checked out. Now, what do you want to do? So you're in between Lion Shield Caster and the Town Master's Hall. It's now probably getting close to noon, somewhere between 11 and noon in the morning. Because you've been to Barthen's Provisions, you've been to Lion Shield Caster, dropping off all the things that you brought back from the cave. What would you like to do next?
I think Dal wanted to meet
Sister G.
You want to meet Sister Gariel.
Yes.
So again, the Shrine of Luck is right on the north side of this little town square. So you're gonna make your way over to the Shrine of Luck.
Yes.
You knew very little. You got from Lenine. You got very little information about the Shrine of Luck. So now there's the shrine itself, and Sister Gariel's home is right next to the shrine. What would you like to do?
Maybe knock on her door, I guess. See if anyone's home.
Who is it?
Traveler from Neverwinter.
You don't sound like you're from Neverwinter.
walks right into that one. Got a little bit of a little water deep tone to you there.
And the door opens a little bit, and you're standing at the door because you knocked on the door. So you see this young elf there, kind of as she opens the door, kind of eyes go very wide because you are quite tall. So you are very intimidating to look at, and Sister Gariel is who you're assuming this is Sister Gariel because you know it's her because Lenine at least told you this was her house. So you're under the assumption this is Sister Gariel. She is very, I don't want to say intimidated, but very leery. She's just, there's a lot of bad things that have been going on in town, and so she's just very cautious of and she goes, "Who sent you?"
No one sent me. I just heard through the grapevine
What have you heard?
that you might have something I'm looking for.
Might I? Mm-hmm. And what might this something be?
Something pertaining to the goddess Seluna.
I think I know what you're looking for, but I don't have it. I tried. Why? And the door opens a little bit further at this point, and Sister Gariel is taken aback because she sees there's more people in the party, and so she kind of closes the door a little bit, and is very hesitant because maintaining the Shrine of Luck, she's very concerned about the Redbrands and things. So she's very concerned about what's been going on in town, and so she sees new people, and she doesn't know what to make of you. How do I know I can trust you? I know you're talking about Seluna. I mean, that is who the shrine is dedicated to. But again, how do I know I can trust you?
I mean, I've traveled all this way just to see if you might have something of mine that was stolen from me.
What was stolen from you?
A certain artifact.
There is someone I know. I think I can help you.
Great.
She asks you to come in, but not the other two.
Rude.
You will forgive me, but I need to be careful.
Probably won't forgive you. But that's fine.
It's only for my own self-preservation that I am this cautious.
I'm 3'5". I weigh 29 pounds. How much damage could I do?
And how many packs a day do you smoke?
That's none of your business. I'm a rock gnome lady.
And I can't bench press a biscuit, so there's that.
I have to lift his lunch for him.
Fair. You don't seem like you're part of the Redbrands.
My ultimate goal is to take the Ultrasender Manor, which my family owns, and turn it into the preeminent B&B of this region. So you'll be seeing a lot of me.
We get a lot of pilgrims that come this way to pray at the shrine. Perhaps they might stay at your B&B once it gets built.
Oh, I might be able to forgive you then.
Well, why don't you all come in then?
Thank you.
Thank you.
And please close the door behind you.
I close the door.
You're now all inside Sister Gariel's home. Sister Gariel starts telling you a story. Have you ever heard of the Harpers?
Very vaguely.
Very vaguely. So roll a history. Give me a history check.
6.
You want me to roll one? Because I've got a +3 on history.
Why don't you all? Let's see if any of you know anything about the Harpers.
17.
17. Iquium?
16.
16. 17 and 16. So the two of you, because you spend more time in Neverwinter, you have heard of the Harpers. So you know the Harpers are gatherers of information throughout Faerun to help thwart tyrants and despots. They aid the weak, the poor, and the oppressed. Sister Gariel is a member of the Harpers.
Oh.
Recently, I was asked to undertake a mission. I've been trying to persuade a dangerous banshee named Agatha. I've been trying to get information from her, but she is also a keeper of items, and I believe this banshee may have what you are seeking. I underestimated Agatha's wrath when I attempted to speak with her before I fled for my own life. I did notice that she had several items of value in her possession. And I believe if you bring something to her, you might be able to get back what you were looking for. And Sister Gariel goes back to her shelves and then opens a drawer and pulls out this jeweled silver comb and says, try trading this for what you are looking for with the Banshee. That may be helpful.
Where would we find this Banshee?
Agatha lives near Coneyberry. She lives on the outskirts of the Neverwinter Wood, further east from here. And just a metagame moment, if you look on the map, you'll see Agatha's lair.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Got a lair.
Agatha has a lair.
Her name's Agatha, so I'm wondering what kind of does it have, like curtains and blue and white china and stuff like that? I'm just curious. I guess we'll find out.
You will find out. So, Dal, Sister Gariel hands you this jeweled silver comb and gives you a hand-drawn map to the location of where she last encountered Agatha. So you can hopefully find her and trade. Somehow get back, either try trading or somehow get back the item it is you're looking for, if Agatha in fact even has it. But this is the only lead you've gotten, so
Yeah. Okay.
up to you how you want to explore it.
I would think hair care for the undead is kind of a growing market, maybe. I don't know.
Are Banshee undead?
I'm telling you, you're about to be dead.
I must now look this up. Yes, a Banshee is medium undead, chaotic evil. Also, by the way, Dal, Sister Gariel asks you if you happen to find there's a spell book that I'm looking for. That is what the Harper sent me there for, to find the spell book. If you can find the spell book or what happened to it, please let me know.
I will do that.
Thank you. And with that, Sister Gariel disappears. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, are we still at her
we're in her
house?
house.
The truth is, Sister Gariel and Agatha were besties, and one took the other one's comb.
That's right. All right. So it's now about lunchtime. So Sister Gariel, again, being the polite person, offers to make you a meal. If you want to have lunch here, or do you want to continue on going through town? What would you like to do?
Well, my suggestion would be to check on
Yeah.
Sildar.
That's what I was thinking
that's what I was
too.
thinking.
So I think we'll go across. My thought is to go across the street and
To the Stonehill Inn.
right,
Yeah.
check out.
In the center of town, opposite the town green, stands a large, newly built roadhouse of field stone and rough-hewn timbers.
Quick question:
Yes.
with or without Sam Elliott?
I don't know. What was Sam Elliott in Roadhouse?
Yeah,
I was gonna say because I don't remember Sam Elliott being
Patrick
in.
Swayze. Sam
I-
Elliott was the older guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it. I love Sam Elliott.
Love Sam Elliott.
Yes. Big Lebowski is like.
Absolutely. I go to the Stonehill Inn and I order a Caucasian. Thank you.
You got to cuss so much.
I'm really tempted now to walk into the Stonehill Inn and go, the carpet really pulls everything together.
There's one of the Redbrands named Lou, and he's going to come in and pee on the carpet. Sorry. So you're gonna go into the Stonehill Inn.
Looking for a guy named Jesus.
I was just going to say, is anyone named the Jesus here?
The Jesus, sorry.
The Jesus.
The Jesus.
Jesus.
You don't fuck with the Jesus. Listen, I'm going to grab that gun, shove it up your ass, and pull the trigger until the gun goes click.
Or Fable. Big
Sorry.
Lebowski.
Big Lebowski references, sorry.
Great.
That's another one we need to add to the list of movies we need to show Fable.
Oh God.
I'm not Lebowski. You're Lebowski.
Just the dude.
I'm the dude.
Is that what you wear on a weekday? Wait, is this? Oh my God. Anyway, as you enter the Stonehill Inn, you come into the common room. It is filled with locals, nursing mugs of ale and cider. The room grows quiet, and all eyes are now on you three. As you stand there, a young human walks up to you and says, "Greetings."
Hello.
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 Hello there.
I am Toblin. This is my establishment.
Pleased to meet you, Toblin.
Cause no trouble, and you are welcome to drink and eat. Please feel free to find yourselves a table or sit at the bar, whatever you choose.
Want to find a table?
It's fine to take.
I feel like bellying up to the bar. I'm going to have Dal lift me onto a bar stool. So.
At the fun end.
We'd like to repeat episode 1, the bar. Or episode 1 of this campaign, not as obviously.
Yeah.
But
So you're going to sit by yourselves.
I feel like let's sit by ourselves near some other people.
Yeah.
okay.
Strategically listen to see what's going on around us. And if we need to stir shit up, Zanros is good at that. Should just start handing out business cards.
All right, so you've got yourself a table.
One for you, and one for you, and one for you.
Come to the B&B, come to the B&B.
So
That's the way we get on all our intel, is handing out business cards. It's like, I thought that place was haunted. I thought that place was filled with bandits. I thought that place was filled with monsters. Like whatever, and then we'll get all the that's the way we'll get all the clues of what's there.
You don't say.
Our intelligence gathering mechanism is like no other.
as you guys are so funny, you crack me up. As you're sitting at the table, a dwarf comes up to the table.
I greet him in Dwarvish.
She,
Yes.
yes.
Fantastic.
She says, "I know what you're saying, but I can't quite pick up the accent. Where are you from?"
Oh. Well, Neverwinter.
"Oh, my sister. My sister attends school
Don't she?
up in Neverwinter.
Fantastic.
She is the bright star of the family. Me, I'm just the bartender here. But she's the brilliant one. She is going places. But yes, Gwen, my sister, is up in Neverwinter."
So, can I ask what your sister does? Does she serve drinks? Because if she doesn't serve drinks, then you're the bright star in my day today.
Oh, you're something.
How
You
doing?
you don't look like much, but you.
If there's anything I can lift, it's
Not
it's
me.
a flagon of ale. No,
And not much else.
No, not much else. A flagon of ale, and I'm good. I'll be not arm wrestling over here.
Ah. So an ale for ye. What about the oh my, oh. You're like 3 of me. What will you be having? Oh my goodness. I've never seen someone quite like you around here. What is your name?
Down.
I'm sorry?
Dal.
Dal. Hello, Dal.
Hello.
What pardon the bluntness, but what are you?
A tiefling.
Oh, really? We don't get many tieflings at all around here.
I get that a lot.
And none quite as tall as you. What can I get for you?
Do you have shepherd's pie?
We do have shepherd's pie. Would you like some? Would you like something to drink with that?
I'm good.
You sure? Staying hydrated is very important.
I'm fine.
Okay. And you, my fellow short friend.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Zanros Bemblebomble.
I know that name.
Well, yes, if your sister attends school in Neverwinter, you'd probably be familiar with the Bemblebombles. That is my family. I'm moving here to take over the Tresender Manor for my family and open a B&B. Why does everybody have this reaction, guys?
I mean,
You're going to need quite a lot of work on that place.
That's all right. I have a small army of goblins that are willing to help.
You have goblins follow you?
Yes.
Goblins are pretty nasty creatures.
All they want is to be understood and to be able to sew and perform.
it's true. They really want to make their own uniforms.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And hopefully we've got some decent chefs in the group because we have a very robust menu for the B&B.
Interesting. I can't wait. Welcome to town.
Thank you. Can I have a cider, please?
A cider. I'm most certainly.
Thank you.
So 1 cider, 1 ale, and a shepherd's pie for the horny one.
She's a tiefling.
Tiefling.
She's very nice. She does not discriminate based on height.
Well, that's good to know. We short ones have to stick together. All right, so Elsa runs off, and you see her pouring. She places the order with the kitchen. Comes back. She's pouring drinks at the bar.
Is it wrong if I ask her if she wants to build a snowman?
Why isn't her sister named Donna?
Does she have another sister?
There is not another sister.
Dang it.
I would like you all. So, are you just sitting there talking amongst yourselves? Tell me what's going on here in at the Stonehill Inn.
I am definitely people watching.
Okay, same.
And I'm listening.
Okay. So if you're listening, give me a perception check. Actually, all of you give me a perception check, since you're all kind of just taking in everything that's going on.
A 4.
24.
24.
20.
20.
30, 20.
Perception is +5.
Mine's +1, but I rolled a 3.
Got it.
My history is +1, so I rolled a 1 last time.
All right. Let's see. Let me think. Iquium,
Yeah.
you overhear someone at a table nearby saying something about marauders have been attacking trade caravans on the east end of the Tribor Trail. Harbin's been looking for someone to run them off. I think the goblins are working with the marauders too. That's what you hear.
Okay. The east end of the Tribor Trail?
The east end of the Tribor Trail.
Okay.
So Dal, you overhear Toblin, the innkeeper, talking about someone in town named Phandalin, who's a local wood carver. Something about him standing up to the Redbrands a 10-day ago when they came by his shop and was bullying his wife. So the Redbrands were bullying Phandal's wife. The Redbrands provoked a fight and murdered Thel. The Redbrands grabbed his body, and now the wife, daughter, and son have gone missing. That is what you hear.
I'm dead drunk and hear nothing.
You, Zanros, are doing something what I like to call thinking thoughts. You are thinking thoughts.
Is there any thinking thoughts music, by the way? I was just curious.
Little thought thinking.
What color should I make the linens?
So Zanros is off in her own little world thinking about the Bemblebomble B&B.
Should I do paint or wallpaper?
And here's nothing. Elsa comes back with your ale. Iquium, Zanros, your cider, and some shepherd's pie for the tall purple
Still a tiefling.
tiefling. Thank you. I don't know. It's a sight to behold. So Elsa drops off your food and your drinks. You're gonna. What would you like to? You want to continue? Obviously, you're gonna have your drinks. What type of conversation is going on at the table?
Guys, where should we go next? We've got like a million things we need to accomplish. We probably at some point should go back and check on the goblins. We probably have to find Gundren at some point. Honestly, Aquarium, I think you'd be a little more concerned about that. He's your friend.
Yeah.
Well, I am very concerned for Gundren, and this is why I haven't said a lot about it, because I don't know who's on whose side here. So it's just me trying to determine if anybody else had it out for Gundren in this town, more than anything. So I want to do two things.
Yes.
One is I want to wait for a specific moment in order to use a bit of distraction and or sleight of hand and take Dal's shepherd pie.
But
the other thing is,
with you, man? Just get your own.
Okay. So you know what that entails.
Yep.
Sleight of hand check.
Yep. 13.
Dal, roll a perception check.
17.
So Iquium is kind of the conversation is going on at the table, and
Does Zanron see it?
roll a perception check, Zanros, to see if you notice what's going on.
18.
Oh my god.
So Iquium kind of throws the old yawn, reaches his hands out and grabs just the corner of the plate of the shepherd's pie and starts to slowly slide it his way. As Dal is listening to what's going on, Zanros is thinking thoughts. He's slowly sliding this plate away, and then it kind of hits a bump in the table. It goes boom, and then all of a sudden, all eyes are on Iquium.
I stand up quickly and go, "Did you feel that?"
You're not slick.
Dude, we've all got the same amount of money.
I was just kidding because I know that I owe Dal a shepherd's pie, and certainly willing to buy you your shepherd's pie this evening because I don't think that I was able to give you one that I had given to Callie previously. So I was just kidding around.
Sure. keep in mind I'm going around telling people how trustworthy you are, and you're stealing.
If I'm having a little fun with you, what's
believe
wrong with that?
Dal, do you think he was just having fun, or do you think he's hungry and sorry he didn't order one for himself?
I think he's feeling a little sorry for himself.
Gonna eat his feelings?
Maybe.
I think I should roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion or deception?
Exactly.
Are you being honest with them? Or?
I'll tell you. I'll text you. We'll let them wonder, and I'll text you.
And what do you roll? And what was your roll?
I sent it to you.
Oh, you sent me the roll too?
Yeah.
So Dal,
Yes.
you realize that Iquium is just being friendly and joking and meant no harm whatsoever. He was just trying to be funny in his own way, and was not trying to truly steal your shepherd's pie or anything. He's just trying to make friends in the way he knows how.
Okay. As long as you don't do it again and you pay for my food, all is well.
Sounds like a threat. I'm really just getting around.
I'm not threatening you.
What is that accent?
I don't even know.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking. You realize that as much as he's trying to pass it off as being slick, it's just that he knows that he is weak and awkward. So he might have other things going for him, but strength and deception are really not in his wheelhouse.
No.
So, he might be.
He's not a good liar.
He's not a good liar at all. And he's passing it off under the guise of, like, look, it's absurd that I'm even trying this because I know I'm no good at it. So his hope is that you just accept it as the joke that it was meant to be. Like, hey, remember last time we met and I took your shepherd's pie? That's all he's trying to do. Yeah. So.
Got it. All right. So you're continuing. You've finished your first round of drinks and your food. What would you? Are you gonna stay here? You're gonna have another round. Elsa comes by and says, "Hey, hate to see anyone's empty flag in there. Can I fill those up for you?"
Absolutely. Is Sildar here, or is he resting here?
You can ask Toblin.
And would we have helped him in, considering his condition, would we have helped him to his room?
Yes, you would have.
Okay, so if I don't see him here, I just kindly asked Toblin, I don't think you were here last night, but I brought my friend Sildar here, and I just want to check on him if that's okay.
Last I saw, there was a "Do Not Disturb" sign on his door, but you're welcome to head upstairs and check on him if you'd like.
I do.
Okay. Are the two of you going to stay at the table for now?
I think that makes sense,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
as not to overwhelm Sildar.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Iquim, you're going to go upstairs. All right. So you knock on the door.
Housekeeping.
You hear a little bit of noise, but no one comes immediately to the door. You wait a little longer. Do you want to knock again, or all right? You knock again. Eventually, you hear some mumbling and some shuffling of feet, and the steps get closer to the door. You hear the door finally unlock, and the door opens, and Sildar is still very, very weak, but at least he can stand on his own 2 feet, and he's doing somewhat better. So he kind of nods to you, and he walks back to the bed and kind of collapses back down on the bed and lets you walk into the room.
Obviously, I ask him how he's doing first, and then I'll ask him if he remembers anything about Gundren before Gundren got taken off.
And he's thinking. He's just everything takes a lot of effort right now for Sildar, and he goes, Gundren was talking about a map. He claims he'd found the secret entrance to the Wave Echo cave, but the goblins had taken it from him when they captured him. I vaguely remember overhearing Clark. He sent on the map with and Gundren to the leader of the goblins, somewhere called Cragmaw Castle. I remember hearing Cragmaw Castle. I have no idea where it is, but they kept talking about taking the map to Cragmaw Castle. I would assume it's got to be near Phandalin. So maybe someone here in town knows where it is, but I don't. I have no idea. There was one weird ass goblin with the rest of them. He had a weirdly shaped head. I don't know. He just gave me a weird vibe, man. And he said something to me. He said, "You're not what Ruxthid wants." I don't know what that means.
You're not what Ruxthid wants?
Yeah. I don't know what that means. And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure at this Cragmaw Castle, this is where they keep calling someone the Spider. I don't know if it's an actual spider or if it's somebody called the Spider or what, but there's something about something the Spider seems to be in charge. That's and with that he kind of lays his head back down on the pillow
It's not Boris the Spider, is it, by any chance?
No.
Did you hear Boris? Okay, all right. Just checking. Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. No. So that's he goes, forgive me. He goes, I'm still really just.
Oh, rest, my friend. I want you to get better. I want you to rest and get back to full health, and then I think we should talk about you running for sheriff. But that's another story for when you're better.
Thank you. I owe you my life. I owe you a debt. I will gladly give you some gold for bringing me here and getting me set up and helping me to recover. As soon as I can get up and out, I will get you that gold. But just be patient. But you are in my debt. So that's your. At this point, he's
still out of it.
He's
obviously.
exhausted. Yeah.
Does he know how long he was prisoner? I'll ask him if he knows how long he was prisoner.
They were only a couple days ahead of you.
Okay. But they really beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were basically torturing him for information.
Okay.
Because Gundren wouldn't talk, so they took it out on Sildar.
Okay. Gotcha.
That was rude.
Yeah.
Well, that's why. Safe to assume that's why they took Gundren to Cragmaw Castle for further encouragement.
Okay. So out of that, we know that the goblins at one point, or Gundren had access to a map that showed the location of the Wave Echo Cave.
Correct.
So, as a last thing, I asked him if he wants anything to eat, or do you want me to send something up to you, or what have you? Like, do you need food? Are you okay for now?
I haven't eaten in days. I would love some food when I have the energy to eat.
So do you have energy now to eat? I'm just
no.
Okay.
But if you send food up when I have the energy, I will eat.
Okay. I close the door. I let him rest. I wish him well, and I go downstairs. And so,
Yes.
I'm going to text you what I'm going to do.
Okay. While you were upstairs, I need Zanros and Dal to roll me perception checks.
$11.
11.
Whoa.
Synchronicity.
I'm just waiting to hear back from Iquium, who's communicating with me telepathically.
Yes.
So at what point does that, after you come back down? Okay, I'm just
Like
trying-
I go to him before I go back to the table. And,
Got it.
arrange
Range
for Sildar's meal. And
Got it.
and that's all.
Understood. Okay, so you both rolled 11s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So Zanros, you over here. This is while Iquium is still upstairs.
Okay.
So you over here, while you and Dal are hanging out talking, you overhear from a woman saying something about the Redbrands are hassling every business in town except for the Phandalin Miners Exchange.
Curious.
They don't want trouble with Halia Thornton, who runs it. Do you want to hear that again?
Phandalin Miners Exchange. Halia Thornton?
Halia Thornton. They don't want trouble with her.
Sounds like my kind of gal.
And Dal, you overhear from a young kid talking to Toblin, and he says, Carp said he found a secret tunnel in the woods, but the Redbrands almost caught him. He also saw some weird goblins hanging around. So that's what you hear. So Iquium makes his way back to the table. Shortly after Iquium returns, Elsa comes back again and places shepherd's pies in front of Dal and Iquium.
I was about to. What? Thank you.
That. Just saying. It's just shepherd's pie everywhere. I don't know where they get.
Enjoy. And Elsa walks away. All right, so now you've got all sorts of pieces of information that you've overheard in the Stonehill Inn. Mm-hmm. What would you like to do? Now you've been here for a little while, so it's now probably early afternoon. The crowd is starting to thin out a little bit. The lunch crowd is starting to thin out, and it's kind of quieted down. And you're one of the last remaining tables of people here. It's about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. What would you like to do? You want to discuss the pieces of information you've learned? Because again, some of you have heard things that others haven't. So you want to discuss all the stuff you guys have overheard in the Stonehill Inn, or do you want to? What would you like to do? What's up?
I learned something. I learned a couple of things from Sildar. He's still recovering. I arranged to have a meal sent to him.
It's good.
And on top of that, he said that the goblins at one point had access to a map. And I will use a very hushed tone as we are in a public place. What language do you speak?
Elvish, Common, and Gnomish.
Elvish, common, and infernal.
Okay. I think that Gundar is in Cragmaw
Gundren?
Castle. Yeah, Gundar the Barbarian. I don't know. No, Gundren, Rockseeker. And I immediately went to Thundar the Barbarian, by the way.
Awesome.
You probably picked that up, maybe. I don't know. Because that all happened in my brain. That's why you didn't pick it up, because it happened in my brain.
Got it.
Yes. Yes. Who knows what else goes on there?
Right. I know. Yeah. Tell me about it. All right, so what do you want? You got a lot to discuss. You're gonna share what Sildar told you.
Yes. Yeah, because the weird goblin took the map, the wave echo cave. Those are things we want to listen for because that's what Sildar mentioned. And the map with Gundren is probably in Cragmaw Castle, wherever that is. That's what I got.
So I overheard that apparently the only person that the Redbrands are afraid of is somebody called Halia Thornton at the Phandalin Miners Exchange. So I'd like to talk to her and find out why exactly they don't hassle her. Or the Huff.
Let's go be her friend.
Yes.
I overheard this young kid talking to Toblin. Is that right?
Who really should be a goblin.
Toblin the Goblin. Yeah. I thought the same thing when I heard it.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
He could. Hey, maybe when you get started, just as a, maybe a partnership with the Stonehill Inn is have him made an honorary goblin.
I was going to say honorary. Mm-hmm. He said his friend Carp saw a secret tunnel in the woods, and the red bands almost caught him. And he also saw some weird goblins.
Which might be our
Which
goblins.
might be our goblins.
So what do you think, guys?
Well, I think we go with yours and find this person that the Redbrands don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would also say time.
Not on Gundren's side.
Yeah, not on Gundren's side.
We also don't know where Cragmaw Castle is yet.
No.
So maybe we go chat with Halia and also see if she happens to know where Cragmaw Castle is.
Yeah.
How we get there.
We haven't heard anything that suggests that the Redbrands are in Cragmaw Castle, right?
Not that I am
Just that
aware
the
of.
spider is associated with Cragmaw Castle.
Correct. So there's from your understanding, there were the Cragmaw goblins who were thieving and robbing on the Tribor Trail.
Okay.
And that their leader is at Cragmaw Castle.
Okay.
The spider.
Spider.
Then there's also the Redbrands
Okay.
who are not at they're in Phandalin. The Cragmaw goblins, spider, Clarg contingent is outside of Phandalin.
Okay. Do we go see yours first, Halia?
Yeah. I mean, if they're afraid of her, she might have some knowledge in terms of where things are. She seems like she'd be fairly powerful. And she's right in town.
Maybe she can confirm whether they're squatting in
Oh, yeah.
Sandar Manor.
Yeah. And if not her, then this fancy boy over here, whose name I don't remember.
Harbin Wester.
Harbin Wester. Oh, I did write him down.
Harbin Wester.
The town master. All right, we're back from our short break, and we just had what is it called? The Heartlands?
Heartlands, apple.
Rose apple.
Oh, rose apple. And
Heartlands
blackberry pie.
rose apple and blackberry pie
I'm just going to call it delicious.
from the Heroes Feast D&D cookbook. The party can confirm that it is delicious.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Now, we used Honeycrisp apples.
Yes, and the recipe calls for 3.5 pounds, but we used 3, and I'd say that was plenty.
It was like about to overflow if we
Yeah.
added any more.
Another half pound would have been way too much.
Another apple would have sent it.
Yeah.
Like, it was not.
Yeah, I would definitely go with their recommendations on apples. I would not use. We were talking about this. I would not use a Granny Smith because it's tartness versus those blackberries. I think it wouldn't be a great combination. I think these were sweet enough apples to really go nicely with the blackberries in this this pie.
That's exactly why I asked, because like my grandmother would make apple pie. It would always be Granny Smith apples, and that was just like but they were nice and sweet, and they blended with the blackberries really beautifully. So.
Yeah, it was a nice combo. So
the suggestions from the cookbook were Golden Delicious, Ginger Gold, Jonathan, Jonna Gold, Honey Crisp, Cortland, or Empire. And the supermarket had Honey Crisp, so that's what we did.
Perfect. Excellent. So we all enjoyed some delicious, delicious pie. Again, another great recipe from the Heroes Feast cookbook.
Highly recommend this one.
And you said this wasn't a very complicated. Well, because one of the nice things was it used pre-made crust.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, if you want, make your own crust. I mean, we're not stopping anybody from doing that, but the recipe calls for a pre-made crust, and it was delicious.
Yeah, and that's what we did. What was it, Pillsbury? That they had in the refrigerated section over by like the break and bake cookies.
Yeah.
Does it suggest that, or does it?
It just says, pastry for 2 double crust pies, thawed if frozen and rested at room temperature until pliable without cracking. We got the one from the refrigerated section, so we didn't have to thaw anything, and it worked out perfectly. Okay. They tell you to roll them out into like 12 inches, and I really just had to like push it out a little bit to get it long enough to have the overhang that we needed on the pie plate.
Well, excellent job, Catherine and Fable, on putting together that delicious pie for us today. Thank you so much for baking.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. Thanks
fun.
for the help, Fable.
No problem.
It was fun. We had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
When last we met, you were in the Stonehill Inn. You had spoken. Iquiam had spoken with Sildar, or Gundar, or
Sildren.
I keep wanting to say Gundren, and I keep mixing Gundren and Sildar.
That's right.
They are one person.
It's Sildar and Gundren.
You have shipped Sildar and Gundren.
Yeah. It's their love child.
The Sildar and Gundren show.
That's right. So you spoke with Sildar, got some more information from him about what his experience was in the cave and where Gundren might be, where the map might be, etc. Who might have them, where they might be. So you got all that. You also overheard multiple conversations. Fable, what was the one that you overheard and forgot to mention?
Oh, yes. Okay. I overheard the innkeeper talking about a woodcarver that stood up to the bandits because they bullied his wife, and they provoked him into a fight and murdered him, and then took his wife and his 2 kids, a son and a daughter. They've gone missing.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So people have gone missing from Phandalin as well. But you have all decided to go to the Phandalin Miners Exchange.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So do someone or all give me a history check. I got a 1.
I got a
16.
16.
12.
And a 12. Okay. So Dal has been able to gather some information when you were in the Stonehill Inn about the Phandalin Miners Exchange. So the Miners Exchange is a trading post where local miners have their valuable finds weighed, measured, and paid out. In the absence of any local authority, the exchange also serves as an unofficial records office, registering claims to various streams and excavations around the area. The exchange is a great place to meet people who spend a lot of time in the countryside around Phandalin. There isn't any real gold rush in Phandalin, but enough wealth is hidden in the nearby streams and valleys to support a good number of independent prospectors. And the guild master is a quick-witted and ruthless human woman named Halia Thornton. In her attempts to establish the Miners' Exchange as the closest thing to the town has as a governing authority, she acts as more than just a simple merchant. She is the agent of the Zentarum, a powerful organization that seeks to exert secret control over the North through wealth and influence. So that's where you're headed, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you head to the Miners' Exchange, which is kind of southwest from the Stonehill Inn. So it's past the Town Master's Hall, past the Lion Shield Coster, past the woodworker who was murdered. You pass the murder house.
Murder house.
Yes, the murder house. There's always a murder house in town.
He's dead, they're missing, is what you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And you end up at the Miners' Exchange. So what do you do when you get here? Dal. Since you have all the information on the Miners' Exchange, what would you like to do?
I'd just like to look around a little bit first, see what's up.
Okay, so you see there's some activity. It's not a huge settlement, but there is some activity. You do see some miners hanging around, so there's some horses and things. Some people are bringing some stuff in to have it weighed and measured and everything, and get paid for their fines. So you can talk to them, or you can talk to was it Halia?
Mm-hmm.
Halia? You can talk to Halia, or what would you like to do?
You can holla at Halia.
I think I'd like to do that.
Okay. So you're gonna go inside?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm going with Dal because I overheard the thing about the Redbrands leaving Halia alone, and I want to find out why they're afraid of her, so I can do that so they get the heck away from my B&B.
yeah, it's very surprising to you that the Redbrands would stay away from this place.
Right.
Because again, all the gold and jewels and whatever people are finding in these mountains is coming here and getting paid out. So this is a big financial kind of exchange happening here. And this would be an ideal place if people were looking to extort money from someone. This would be the ideal place to do it.
So she's got to be super tough,
Yeah.
and that's why I want to meet her.
Okay.
I want to go in because my purpose is to find out if Gundren has a claim listed in their records. Where that is, if that's possible.
What do you want? You got a claim? Where you have anything to bring me?
Hello. I'm down here.
Oh, hello.
Hi, I'm Zanros Bemblebomble. My family owns the old Tresender Manor out on the edge of town.
You own it?
Yes, my family. And I'm going to turn it into a bed and breakfast. So that's why I'm here. I'm relocating to town. But all I hear from everybody in town is about these Redbrands and how much trouble they're causing. I suspect they're living at my future B&B. And what I did hear is that the Redbrands don't mess with you. Now, as a strong but small woman, I appreciate other strong women. And that's why I had to come and meet you and see what your thoughts were.
Well, first of all, clearly your family has not been in this area for some time because the Redbrands are using your property as their home base.
Mother, I suspected as much.
I mean,
yes.
they love to go drinking at the Sleeping Giant with the surly orc. But I just like saying surly orc. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
That's great.
I can't, I want to call it the surly orc. Like that's really what it should be named.
Under new management.
Under new management is the surly orc. But that's where they drink. But yeah, they've made their home base out of Tresender Manor. It is a place that I would not recommend going to. if you value your lives.
If I had a small mob, would that be enough? Because I have a number of employees for the B&B who would probably relish in the opportunity to shed some blood. Then they're going to make uniforms and cook and create an evening show for the guests.
So you wanna clear out the Redbrands.
100%. So I wanted to know why they're afraid of you.
They have every right to be afraid of me.
I'm sure they do. You seem scary.
I accept none of that nonsense around here. And you notice there's a large curtain behind Halia. And she just kind of moves it gently to the side.
Is there a surly orc behind it?
There is not. But there is a cache of weapons.
Oh.
And she just kind of gives you a nod that lets you know that she is someone that not only knows how to use these weapons, but has used these weapons.
Nice.
And she says to you, you look like you're not going to listen to the advice that I give about the Redbrands.
I am here to take over my family's property, to make a name for myself, and to be the preeminent name in hospitality in the Phandalin region. So no, I'm not going to stay away from them.
I have a proposal for
I'm
you.
listening.
You're going to need a lot of help
Certainly sounds that way.
rebuilding that manor.
Yes, since everyone says that it's a dilapidated old ruin.
How would you feel the leader of the Redbrands is someone they call Glassstaff?
Cool name. What's his story?
No, mind. Don't worry about that. But if you would, in your own way, happen to get Glassstaff out of the picture, it would be worth 100 gold pieces to me.
So just Glassstaff? Feeling like it's probably going to be hard to get to him if you're this invested. Do you know where he stays?
Well, you could probably find him up at the manor.
Damn it. Well, that's going to be hard. Do you have any men you could send with us? Or any weapons that we could borrow?
I can only offer you. I don't want anyone knowing that I am involved in this. So I cannot give you any other help other than the promise of payment. I would like you to roll an insight check. Just you. Because you're the one talking to Elia.
15.
You're unsure about Halia.
I think that's wise.
You can certainly tell that she clearly has ulterior motives for removing the Redbrands leader. What those are, you can't say, but you're just picking up a vibe that, based on everything you know about her and just her overall demeanor and what she has said, there's more to it than what she is letting on.
Okay.
So that is the information that she will give you.
Okay. Is that the information she will specifically give me? Should my compatriots ask some questions?
I mean, I do have a question for her, but it's not necessarily.
It's all right.
Hello, Helia. I'm Iquium Avarius, a friend of Gundren Rockseeker. And I was wondering if it is possible, given the records you must keep, if Gundren had any claims nearby, as I'm just looking for him and where he might be.
I'm sorry, what was that name again?
My name or his name?
His name.
Gundren Rockseeker?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Insight check. Natural 20.
She is
22, actually, but natural 20.
She is definitely not telling you the truth.
Okay.
But
I suspected so.
But again, she is a woman who can keep a secret.
Mm.
So you know she knows. She's clearly keeping a secret, but she's not keeping it secret enough that she kind of has a tell that she knows her reaction when you said the name.
Yeah.
Like there was just a hint of a reaction.
Yeah. Kind of like a poker tell.
Yes, exactly. She's got a poker tell.
Okay.
But she won't reveal it. She won't outright say anything. But you know for sure she knows something about, not necessarily where he is, but she's heard of the name in her business dealings, let's say.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm afraid I cannot help you.
Can't or won't?
Same thing.
No, it isn't.
It's not to saying she can't be bribed.
So
She does like her money.
Holly, do you know what my two favorite words are?
No.
Plausible deniability. And I think you could use a lot of that. Given the fact that a group of bandits doesn't like you, is afraid of you, and obviously you have weaponry and everything to back yourself up. But I think maybe in order to keep your standing, you need to have a certain amount of my favorite words. Just a little plausible deniability. So, I need things, you need things. How can we help each other?
What types of things are you looking for?
I'm looking really to understand if he has a claim. I'm not looking for his claim. I'll show you the letter he sent me if you like, to show you my intentions. Now, you may be looking for his claim as well. I don't know. But I'm willing to take the chance that you actually do know of Gundren. Because everybody else seems to know Gundren around here. You're the only person who doesn't. It doesn't sit right with me, but I understand that you could probably use plausible deniability. Maybe you want to protect your interests and, maybe you have a shared claim with Gundren. I don't know. I'm less concerned with that and more concerned with where my friend is.
I have not seen your friend in some time. I will tell you, roll persuasion. Are you trying to persuade or intimidate?
I am not intimidating. I don't.
You tell me.
I'll say it's the same either way.
Okay.
So it's plus 2 either way. So I'm gonna
Intimisuasion.
I'm gonna intimisuasion her.
Intimisuasion.
16.
Okay.
Plus 2. 18.
Gundren, I will tell you this much about Gundren. He has been through here many times recently, but never to bring anything of value. He keeps looking, but has never brought anything of value to me.
Insight.
Okay,
Or is that really necessary? I mean, she's
go ahead. I mean, it's you could have persuaded her to lie to you.
true. I wouldn't know either way. I rolled a 2.
Yep. You have no
Actually,
idea.
A 4. But
You have
either
no
way, it's
idea
not.
if she's telling you the truth or not, but she seemed moved by what you said earlier,
Okay.
and you don't have any reason to believe she's lying about that.
Okay.
It wasn't like some like fantastical story that she made up, so
Right,
it
right,
was
right.
it's believable.
Okay. Fair. I'm good.
I have one more question for you.
Yes.
Do you know where Cragmaw Castle is?
Very long pause.
Yeah.
That's a very valuable piece of information. Perhaps when you've taken care of Glassstaff, come see me again and maybe we can talk.
You know, I'm planning to have a big opening party when the B&B opens up, and I'm going to invite all the local merchants, but not you.
Roll an intimidation.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And I have a -1 for intimidation. So I have 7.
You are not very intimidating
No, I'm not.
to
That's fine.
Julia.
That's fine. She's still not invited.
I arm wrestle. No, I'm kidding.
I arm wrestle.
Just consider again my monetary offer for taking care of Glassstaff.
Understood.
Hopefully an invitation is included in that.
Maybe.
We shall see.
Thanks for your help.
Good luck. You will
Thanks.
need it.
Nah.
Zanros really doesn't like her.
Went into it. Don't meet your hero.
And you're off the list.
Don't meet your heroes.
Was
Don't
there
be
anything you wanted to ask this one?
You've killed Iquios. That was it. You know he doesn't have much strength. Have you had all of your dealings with this woman? Are you satisfied with the information you've gotten? What's
I'll ask her one more question. So, are the Redbrands content in leaving you alone, or do they come back to visit you? And if they do, when is that? And please understand, I'm just trying to understand their frequency in town and how often they try to shake you down, other merchants down, and stuff like that. That's all.
I'd love to know when they're not at the manor, so there's as few of them there as possible when we go to kick ass.
I've seen them make their way through town several days a week. Most notably Mondays. But I've seen them other days as well. I think sometimes after they've had a little too much to drink at the Sleeping Giant, they like to carouse around town and cause trouble, get into shenanigans.
Not carousing and shenanigans.
And tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery?
What about hijinks? Are they into any hijinks?
Hijinks do ensue.
Oh, wow. This is rough.
It all depends on how much they've had to drink. But they are known to cause trouble after having a few. So Mondays are not the only days. It's typically at night. Mondays during the day is when they're seen. Typically, it's after sundown when they like to cause trouble.
I forgot. What day is it currently? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's midweek.
Wednesday?
Let's say Thursday.
Thursday.
Because you got into town, what, yesterday?
Yeah.
You got into town yesterday, which was Wednesday. We'll say it was Wednesday. So now you're getting into the late afternoon on Thursday. Things are starting to wind down in town. So it's up to you. I mean, you could probably, it's not quite yet sundown, so you could probably get one more place if you wanted to go somewhere else, or obviously the Stonehill Inn and the Sleeping Giant will be open after sundown for drinking purposes. But pretty much everything else will be shut down after that. So up to you where you would like to go.
I think we should go visit the foppish town master and see what information we can get from him.
I mean, have we not met one of our heroes today, and that's kind of enough? Or
Yeah.
because I keep on looking at his picture, going, I just want to flick him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
I know,
It's
but he
really
might have
anything.
information.
He's that type.
Yeah, we can press the town master for
He's a fancy man.
information. Foppish dandy.
He is a foppish dandy.
It's up to you. What would you like to do next?
I would like to make a quick stop to pull an egg out of my pack and wing it at Halia's house.
Oh my god.
I'm an angry little rock gnome.
Okay.
Not gonna make me roll for anything.
We'll consider that an unarmed strike. Actually, no. We'll call it like a dart.
Okay.
It's a ranged weapon. So that's a +6 to hit. So roll your d20.
Okay. 6.
6 plus 6 is 12.
Yep.
So your egg goes wide of Aaliyah's house and misses.
Oh, there goes my breakfast. Okay.
However, you hit a goat in the head, and now the goat is charging you.
Okay.
So that'll be a 19 to hit.
My armor's 15. Can I attempt to use my acrobatics to leap out of the way?
As like a reaction,
Yeah.
I'll allow that.
Do I see the goat coming?
Can I snatch her out the way?
17.
Okay.
You leap out of the way. Just in time.
Sorry, little guy. I wasn't aiming for you.
He kind of just throws his head up at you and trots back into the field and leaves you alone.
At least it wasn't a Canadian goose. We would have all been dead.
Oh, you would have.
Yeah,
Nothing
TPK.
Game over.
TPK by an angry Canada Goose.
In our next episode, let's roll up some new characters after the goose.
In a post-goose world.
All right.
Yes.
So I think that's a great place for us to pause for today. We'll figure out. Let's figure out what's our next destination. Are you going to head back to camp for the night?
Now we're going to swing by the town master,
You're going to swing by the town master.
and then I think back to camp, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you want to hit town master now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Is that? And then we'll do a long rest night and pick up in the morning. Yeah. Pick up the morning at camp.
That works.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're heading back toward camp, and you stop at the town master's hall.
Yeah.
So Phandalin really, like I said, has no functioning government. The village elects a town master biannually, I said, every 2 years.
Yep.
The town master serves as judge in minor disputes. He also keeps a lot of the important records as well. The current town master is the banker in town, Harbin Wester. What's referred to as a cheerful and well-liked, however timid, leader. He is completely intimidated by the Redbrands.
All right.
So, what's the plan? You're going to go to the town master's hall and what?
Yeah. I have a number of questions for him.
Okay.
All right. So where is he? Like, am I going to a desk? Am I going to a window?
So you open there's a sign on the door that the town master's office is open. So you go inside the building. There's kind of looks just like a big open office area. And there's just a big desk there, and there's this big kind of heavy, jolly man sitting behind the desk with his feet up on the desk.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello there. Who are you?
Hi. I'm Zanros Bemblebomble.
Oh, Bemblebomble.
Yes, my family owns the Tresender Manor on the outskirts of town.
Interesting. I've seen in the property records. I've seen that name before.
Yes, so I'll be opening a B&B in the manor.
Really?
Yes. So I hear we have to clear out some vermin first. But I was also told that you're involved with the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, I'm the president of the Chamber of Commerce.
So I will be joining the Chamber of Commerce. I'll also be needing to open a business banking account.
Okay, we can handle that.
And then I wanted to see if you could give us some information about the Redbrands, their weaknesses, the easiest way to kill them, because I've heard they've overrun my family's property, but I don't think a stern word from a 3'5" gnome is going to be enough to get them to vacate.
Those Redbrands are awful group. I would not cross them if I were you.
You're not me.
True. Very true, but who are you?
I know Zanros Bemblebomble, and you, sir, I know Zanros Bemblebomble.
I am Zanros Bemblebomble of the Neverwinter Bemblebombles, and I am accustomed to getting my way.
Well, roll for intimidation.
$14.
He's intimidated.
Yeah, he is.
He because remember, like I said, he's got his feet up on the desk, so he's kind of leaning back in the chair. His chair goes just kind of all the way back, and he falls back. He kind of skitters back up on his feet, and he's like, "Oh my God!" Well, if that's your attitude, I say go after them.
Thank you. Any insight you can provide that might help us in our quest to rid my family's home of Redbrands?
There are very few people willing to stand up to them in this town. They've kind of taken over. If you're willing to go after them, the best I can wish you is good luck.
I'm just gonna say, when you're up for re-election, I might take an interest in politics.
If you want to deal with the Redbrands, it's all yours.
If you have this job for another 2 years, you better believe the Redbrands will be long gone.
I'd like to think anyone would be better at dealing with them than you.
Thank you, doll.
Of course.
Well, and again, just he's not that tall a man, so again, a little intimidated by you. Again, I'm and in his best Danny Glover, he just goes, I'm getting too old for this shit. If you can get rid of the Redbrands, I will endorse you for town master.
All right. Friends, do we have any other questions for the town master? Iquium, did you want to ask anything about Gundren?
When, in fact, is the last time you saw my friend Gundren Rockseeker?
You know, he was headed up to Neverwinter. I think to get some supplies because he withdrew some money from his account, and then was heading up there. He was all excited about something, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. But he was very excited, and he took out quite a sum of money, and said he would be back shortly. And I haven't seen him since.
How much money?
I'm really not at liberty to say, but it was a substantial sum.
So I just delivered Gundren's provisions. So I have an idea of what the worth of the provisions are and what he paid for us to get them. That's what I'm trying to understand. If that's all true, that's fine. That's why I need the idea. You might not be at liberty to say, but you're not exactly protecting anything, are you?
I
mean,
have...
you let bandits take over your town. You're failing as a town master.
You're right.
I almost feel like casting dissonant whispers.
We're breaking this poor dude.
He's gonna go home and cry himself to sleep.
I really feel bad for Harvin Webster. You guys
I
are
do
really
too.
you are really shitting on his parade. Like,
You're so mean.
oh my god. He's just listen. He is just elected by the people. He is not a lawman. He is just a banker trying to keep this small town together and doing his best to keep it from succumbing to the Redbrands. And he doesn't know how to do that. He needs help. Help the man. Help Harbin Wester defeat the Redbrands and bring Phandalin back to the glory that it once was.
Make Phandalin great again.
No!
Maybe the Redbrands are red because they wear little red hats
Oh my god.
that have little white writing that says "Make Phandalin Great Again."
In some particular golden high tops.
Look, just because you got these mappas running around.
How do you MP
Magpas?
Mapkas?
Mapkas?
Mapuga?
Mapugas?
Mapuga?
Mapugas.
Mapuga. Mashugana.
Goonie Googa. What does Goonie Googa mean, guys? Dear Harbin,
Yes.
You are a man in need of solutions. And perhaps even some plausible deniability.
Oh? What were you thinking?
Well, if these Redbrands were out of your way, what kind of support can the town give you? You have no militia, I gather. You certainly have no constabulary. What is it that you do again?
I keep the records. I watch over the jail cells, which is usually just a drunk people overnight.
Okay.
There really isn't, other than the Redbrands, there really isn't much crime in this town. There's not much going on.
Well, not if you have a group that's cornered all the crime. They're committing all the crime. Your town could be greater than it is, but it seems to have an impediment. And I'm trying to understand whether the impediment is the Redbrands or you. I don't want it to be you. I want you to be successful. I want you to one day be able to shake my hand and go, Iquium Avarias, your direwolf can have the run of the town because she's a good girl. Oh, you don't even know her yet, so that's okay. That'll save for another time. But here's the thing. What's it worth to you for us to get rid of the Redbrands for you? What's it worth to the town? Are there any weapons or any armor that, say, if I had some associates that needed to be weaponed and armored, is there any town budget for that?
Well, there may be, if you're looking to rebuild the manor, perhaps the town could help with that. You might need infrastructure. You might need plumbing, road work. There's all sorts of things you might need. If you're looking for pure reward for removing the Redbrands.
No, I'm just looking to... In reality, what I'm looking for is to be able to understand what kind of support I can expect as my companions and I take on this endeavor. Because obviously we have a vested interest in the town. Jenner has a vested interest in the manor, right? And obviously Redbrands are staying in the manor. So it is in our best interest to get rid of them as well. But I don't think that we can do it completely by ourselves.
I'm afraid the town doesn't have much to offer. We are farmers, tradesmen. We are not fighters. We are not soldiers. That's not who this town is. We can help you in other ways, but we're unfortunately ill-equipped to confront and defeat the Redbrands. If we had that, we would have done it already.
I mean, if you had access to, say, 1,000 gallons of pitch, a rubber beach ball, and a paperclip, we could probably build something. No, I do not see that. All of a sudden, the A-team / MacGyver moment flashed into my brain.
Iquium MacGyver, Arabius. MacGyver, all of a sudden the Scottish accent comes out.
Of course you are! Harbin Western, what's wrong with you? Are you a man or a foppish dandy in charge of paperwork? You're nothing but a secretary! Oh! And not even a good one! Where's my coffee?
Oh my God. Yes.
It's gone off the rails.
It has terribly.
It's gone completely off the rails.
Perhaps I was too hard on you. I have a question.
Yes.
If we are able to get the Redbrands out of town,
I'm listening.
you seem like a man who has a lot of friends.
I'm well known in town.
Would you be willing to send your friends to a brand new bed and breakfast?
I mean, most people I know already live in Phandalin. However, being the president of the Chamber of Commerce, we have a conference in a city down by the shore, and annually we get together and talk about things going in our town, so I could tell other towns about your B&B.
I like it.
And we can work on driving other people from other towns to Phandalin to stay at your B&B, shop on our stores. It would be a win-win.
Sounds good to me.
Wonderful.
All right. Anybody have any other questions for this guy? Because if not, I think we gotta get moving and figure some stuff out.
We're done.
All right.
Everybody good?
I think so.
All right, so you're going to head back to your campsite just outside of town. Let's see. I'm going to roll a d6. Oh, unfortunately, I rolled a 6. 6 of your goblins have taken off since you've been away.
Let me guess.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally fucking with you.
Oh my god. Rude.
That's why we need to get back to the goblins and give them the gold that we had left over to
That's right.
instill loyalty.
Correct. All right. So you have made it back to your campsite. Yes, you were going to give some money to the goblins.
Yeah, we have 2 gold that we're gonna. What did we decide? We changed it to silver, and we were gonna spread it amongst them.
Well, fortunately, you were just talking to Harlan.
Yeah, and he did that for us.
Harlan. I was going to say Harlan Coben. No, it's Harvin Wester.
Yeah, I think Harlan Coben every time you say it.
I know.
Yeah.
I did it. I finally slipped and said Harlan. Harvin.
As we kindly tried to reestablish the self-esteem that we tore apart on him.
All right. So we will come back next month and figure out what else is going on and maybe finally confront the Redbrands in Phandalin. We've got to figure out what their deal is. Still got to figure out where the Cragmaw Castle is. Got to figure out what Halia is up to. Why she's so interested in the Redbrands and Glassstaff.
She seems a little too interested in just Glassstaff, and not the rest of the
Yes,
Red
she
Brands.
does.
So it's in the presence of a power vacuum.
Yeah.
You've got missing villagers and a murder.
Mm-hmm.
Murder.
Weird goblins.
Weird goblins. You got so many things going on. You've got the kid that saw the hidden tunnel in the woods. So I mean, you've got so many things to follow up on. You've got a lot going on, and there's even more to do in Phandalin. So we will catch up next month. Thank you all today for playing. This has been a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it was fun.
Excellent. And we will see you all next month. I mean, we've got episodes in between, but
Yeah.
we'll see you next month for the next part of Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk.
Dun dun dun.
Ooh, thank you all. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Legends, Loot, and Lore. We hope you've enjoyed immersing yourself in the realms of legends, uncovering hidden loot, and delving into captivating lore. But the journey doesn't end here. For exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and access to our community, visit legendslootandlore.supercast.com. There you'll be able to support the podcast, where you can join our Discord server for lively discussions and subscriber-only content, and connect with fellow enthusiasts. Stay connected with us on Instagram and Facebook at Legends, Loot, and Lore to continue on the quest. By following our social media channels, you'll be the first to know about upcoming episodes, bonus content, and exciting announcements. If you've enjoyed your time with us, we kindly ask you to rate and subscribe to this podcast. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue producing captivating episodes and embarking on new quests. Thank you for being a part of our journey. We're thrilled to have you by our side as we unravel the legends, uncover the loot, and delve deeper into the lore. Until next time.